hopefully people out there are seeing us. We're not 100% certain about it.
I am on the thing right now, and I can see it.
Okay, cool. That's yeah, we're kind of new at this, so let's move to see if I can just. There we go. Hey, so here we are.
Hey!
Yeah. So we are Delta Nu Delta. This is our first live stream of the D&D adventure Shattered Lands Resistance. I am your humble DM for this game, Dr. Jake. We'll let the players introduce themselves and their characters real quick.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Okay, hi. My name is Chelsea, and I am playing a tiefling sorcerer named Misery.
I am Damien, and I am playing a dwarven fighter named Theridin Battlehammer.
I am Jessica, and I'm playing a wood elf rogue named Harmony.
All right. Jessica's internet's not too good, so that's why we're just doing audio with her. And we will beg forgiveness for anybody that is watching us. We are not seasoned streamers, so I'm sure this will be a bit awkward at times as we try to figure this out. Before we get started in the adventure, I want to sort of explain a little bit about the world. I'm going to actually pull this back a bit. So one of the key things to note about the Shattered Lands, the world that I created so many years ago, is that several thousand years ago, basically, some demons invaded. There was a battle. That's why tieflings are common around here and all of that. The end result of all of this was that the world itself literally shattered into fragments, big hunks of planet floating around that the people now live on. They have airships that they use to commute back and forth between these fragments, which are powered by crystals, which come from the World Stone, which is the original core of the planet. They have to have these crystals for these airships to work. Otherwise, they can't get from fragment to fragment. Some fragments are very large, the size of states or medium-sized countries in our world. Others are very small. Some are just rocks that nothing lives on except maybe some moss or some algae, while others are a little bigger. So that's the key element you need to know about this world. I think the rest of it will come out as we talk and deal with politics and explain that instead of me doing a big info dump. So the characters are starting first on this fragment, which is called Zelona. It is a neutral. Nope, don't want that. See, told you we don't know what we're doing. Delete that, and let's go back here. It is a neutral city state. I'll give you best I can with our images up there. That doesn't fall under the purview of anybody, neither the emperor nor the great houses that control the world. It is also a place where the laws of the empire don't really apply all that much. So this is a place, if you want to hire an assassin or a mercenary or a bounty hunter or something, you come to Zelona.
Yo.
Yeah. So that is where all three of our players are beginning. Why don't we start, as we said, in alphabetical order? While I ask the questions. So, Misery.
Yes.
Played by Chelsea. Why don't you tell me where you are and give the players a sense of what you do, because you've got something kind of fun going on here.
So I am the captain, or Misery, I guess. Well, me. I don't know what I'm doing. Misery is the captain of an airship. She's a tiefling, so she has demon blood in her, I guess. Basically, her father was a captain and he crashed his ship and he sold his soul to a worm lord. And so I think so Misery's ship is mostly for discovery purposes. She's not really a pirate and she's not a merchant. So she's out just discovering the world and kind of trying to find her dad. So she came here, I think, because of the Wormlord Temple. And because one of her crew members was a bounty hunter here.
Okay. So your ship is now, as we said, docked in, I think I call it the Riot. I can't see the name. I've actually got names is Rythend Harbor, which is right here. Probably on the what are those? The West Hark Boulevard. These docks right here. What are you currently doing right now? We'll say it's probably just a little after lunch. You've probably been docked here maybe a couple of days as you get the sort of lay of this crazy place.
Mhm.
Actually, no. Based on the fact that you guys are all higher level, they're all 10th level. You've probably been to Zelona quite a bit because this is a major port, particularly for smaller airships. It's a great, stopping over and place to stock up before you go on more exploration runs, trying to discover new fragments. So, but I think you've been here a couple of days. So, what's Misery doing? Is she on the ship with her crew? Is she wandering the streets?
I think probably me and my boatswain Bath are going out to look for supplies and
Okay.
just
Uh,
hanging out.
All right. You want to give a description of Bath to the?
Yeah, so Bath is the bosun. She basically takes care of just general duties. She makes sure supplies are all good. She makes sure the crew is all good. She's a half orc female barbarian, and she's very loud and happy.
That's a good way to think about it, I guess. Good. Hang on. Sorry, I'm looking at a couple of settings here. Good. All right. So you guys are looking for supplies. Are you hitting the shades, which is this? Sorry, this area right here, which is kind of questionable, but has some decent cheap stuff. Or are you working up more up into this area up here, which is going to be where the normal merchant sort of stuff is?
I think we're not doing too well right now, so we're gonna probably go look for some cheap stuff.
Okay. So you're wandering around the shades. Let's zoom in here, so you guys can see the names of all these streets because they're apropos to this area. Blood Street and Clot Street. Partially because this is also the cattle yard, and there are stockyard, some other small stockyards and slaughterhouses around here. This is where Zelona gets most of its meat. So, let's say actually pretty much right along this dock, the butcher's dock here. So once you've crossed over Gate Bridge, these are where you're going to find that kind of supplies. You're going to be able to get like dried and preserved meat, for your ship. There'll be water cellars actually either there or right along in here, so you can pull that, and you're getting some. I'm assuming some hardtack, that kind of stuff. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
All right. So as you were doing this, a tout comes up, which is a term for basically a messenger. This messenger kind of looks at the two of you and looks down at a paper he's got. He's a young boy. Says, "Are you the tiefling Misery?"
Yes.
Oh, fantastic! I have a note for you. And he hands a note and then stands there like this with his hand out expectantly.
Okay. I'll take the note and I read it suspiciously.
Okay. He's still standing there with his hand open.
Oh, Bath, do you have a couple coppers?
She kind of goes, "But you need me to pay your tip?"
Okay, it's I don't know if I brought anything. I just know that
She just,
do you have something?
yeah, fine.
Okay.
Tosses a few coppers in the boy's hand, and he trots off.
I owe you one. However many you just paid him.
Chelsea, I think you might have a short in your mic. We're getting some weird interference from time to time,
Yeah,
so it gets real loud and distorted.
Weird.
it's her demonic ancestry.
All right. So you open the note. I don't have a fancy handout for you, but it says, "Please, please come to my." Let's see how would it be worded? I have a job offer for you. Please come see me this afternoon at 4. And there is an address. It says 6 Absalom Way. And afterwards is the name Shadak Trin.
Okay.
If you want, we could get to our first roll, and I am fine if you guys want to use dice or however Damien's been using it over here. I'm gesturing at
Testing
something.
it out.
Yeah. If you want to use electronic or normal dice, I don't care. I'll trust you guys not to cheat. Maybe not Damien, but the rest of you.
Wow.
How
I
do
don't know
you
when it
roll
was
the
rolling
dice?
in front of you too.
Uh-huh. I'm just giving you a bad time. You can roll a history check to see if you absolutely have any idea who this Shadak Trin is.
How's your intelligence score, Chelsea?
It's really good. How do I roll on the
Okay,
chat?
so Chelsea, to roll, you go to like the dice icon on your left, and you can select the dice, or you can just type /roll space and then the amount of dice and the type.
Okay,
She's going to
that's
be
different.
adding her bonus manually then.
You can also add your bonus here, for example.
Okay. Oh, she got a 16. So,
Yeah, plus 2.
All right,
18.
that's the 16 was good enough. So you have heard of Shadak Trin. He's actually pretty well known. He is an agent, which is someone whose job is specifically to hire adventurers for other people. So people who want an adventuring group will come to an agent like this and explain what their mission is, how much they're willing to pay, and then the agent takes over. In this case, you rarely ever meet the group that's hiring you, right? You just would do the job. Shadak would hire you. You would do the job for him. He would pay you. You might not ever know who hired you. Okay. Shadak is also very, very well known. He's one of the better agents, probably the best on Zelona, and kind of famous for being picky about who he works with, both as clients and as adventurers. So, but that's a good sign, at least if you're looking for some money. You know, he doesn't just reach out
Yeah.
randomly. Yeah. So, all right. What do you? I think you've got about 2 hours before you need to meet him. We'll go with that. So, my chair squeaks. I
Okay.
love that. Anything you want to do for those 2 hours, and then I'll move to someone else.
Let's see. I think there was something. Yeah, I kind of want to go to the auction.
Okay. Are you looking for like the cattle auction?
The what?
The cattle auction, which is what happens in the cattle yard, or
Yeah, it's something to do.
okay.
I've been to them before. They're kind of fun.
You're not planning to buy anything?
No, well, we should probably go around and buy some, like, especially food for the crew.
Oh,
Maybe we'll buy.
I figured you were
What?
doing that. It was whether or not you were planning to buy something from the auction, or if you're just going to watch the show.
Probably both. We'll probably buy a cow for the crew if we can. Why not?
Really stock your ship with a cow.
Just a full live cow. That sounds right.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
All right, cool. If you're gonna buy something, we'll run through that. There's a basically sort of around the cattle yard. People just tend to stand around the perimeter. There isn't like bleachers or anything. There's an auctioneer. Some people just there watch. Some people look. Oh, hey, look at cows. Some of the cows coming in are kind of, I guess, unusual. They get longhorns from time to time, or Angus, and people are like, "Oh, look at this new kind of cow." It's not exciting. They're not like demonic cows, but you know. This is the poorer section, and you know it's entertainment. There's not an execution today to entertain. So instead, they come to watch cows. But there is an area that if you're going to be purchasing, people kind of flock to, sort of a thing. So it sounds like you're over there. What kind of cow are you looking for? Small, large, milk
Cheap.
cow? Cheap. Looking
Cheap cow.
for milk, breeding, or meat?
Meat.
Meat. All right, you wanna steer. All right.
Yeah.
So the steer are actually up when you get there. And most bids are starting at like 50 gold. Cattle here are actually kind of spendy because it's not really, you know, they have to just import them and then slaughter them. They're not places that keep cattle on this city because it's literally just a floating city. So the cattle tend to go pretty expensive. 50 to 100 is the starting bid for a lot of them. 100 for the prime looking beef, 50 for the smaller steers, but still decent. And finally, they they lead out this one cow from the herd that's sort of stuck in the cattle yard at the moment. It's kind of scrawny looking. You can see the pelvis sticking out. Looks a lot like Gladys the cow from or a Disney cow. How they're really scrawny. It's a steer though, so it doesn't have udders and all that jazz. Bring it out. It's white with some brown spots. You're not 100% certain this thing is actually well. Because it's cows don't cough, but if it could, it would, sort of a thing. And they bring it up, and it's just sitting there chewing its cud, paying no attention. And the auctioneer, I was gonna make him a halfling, but I killed off halflings in this world. It's been a while since I've played in this world. The auctioneer, who happens to be a feisty dwarf, is right. All right. You sure? And he looks over at the people. All right. Starting bid on this is 10. Who wants to put in 10?
10.
10. All right. Anyone else? Some other another captain looking. Kind of a it's one of the good bugbears.
And thus the rivalry was born.
Yes, I'll explain this real quick. So in the fight with the demons in the past in this world, some bugbears, goblins and hobgoblins sided with sort of the alliance of men and elves, as it were, against the demons, and they are now called Bauken instead of goblinoids. So it's one of the good bugbears. They have a name, and I don't think they're Ursk, but I don't remember them. So he's and you can tell the difference between them when you see them. Like there's a clear difference at this point. It's been 1,000 years, and they've sort of evolved differently. He kind of thinks and then roars and 15.
20.
All right. 25.
25 and 1 copper.
Is that allowed? I don't think that's
No one
allowed.
has said what you can or can't, so you can try it.
26.
He kind of looks. 30.
31.
So you'll do a random roll to see if he wants to continue. I should have determined what I was doing beforehand. Doesn't help if you just roll it like, hey, I got a number. What does that mean? All right.
It means he wants to go if it's high, no if it's low.
He says 35.
I don't think that cow is worth that much. I say that to Bath.
She goes, it wasn't worth 20. What do you want to do with the cow anyways? You're going to have to feed it.
Befriend it.
I feel like, Oren might like a cow. Who knows? Yeah, it's fine.
You can make it the ship mascot.
She goes, if you want beef, we can go get some jerky next street over.
Yeah, I figured it'd be cheaper to, do it yourself. DIY jerky with a...
She kind of looks at you and just cocks an eyebrow like, really?
Do you know how to make jerky?
She doesn't ask that, but she gives you that look, right? All right.
Come on, we could have figured it out, but it's fine. It's over. Let's go get some dead beef.
Good, because I think it's going to be cheaper than the live stuff. All right, so we'll leave you there and assume that you find Absalom Row later. So Theridin, since we're going alphabetical by player name, where are you? Are you hanging around the Dark Guard, or are you actually in the arena? Since we talked about the fact that you actually
I'm in the arena.
All right, so we'll move over here. So this is an area of Zelona known as the Bricks, which is where there happens to be an arena. Come on, there we go. There's a lot of gambling houses up in here on Stone Pass and Gambit Way and Parkway. A lot of casinos and that kind of thing. Casino's not a good term. gambling house, right? But yeah, we have an arena here. So are you fighting today?
Heck yeah.
All right. I do not have a gladiator ready to go. So what we're gonna do is a little bit more just some opposed rolls here.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and use the chat. Uh, so it is just rolling. Do you just do rolling 1d20?
Slash roll and then 1d20. Yeah.
Roll 1d20.
What kind of check is this?
Call this a strength.
So athletics probably then.
Yeah, I'll let you do athletics.
Cool.
So, all right. Here's the roll of your gladiator. Nope, that didn't work. Do I need to have a space?
Slash roll.
Slash roll. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. 11 total.
All right, it doesn't seem to want to let me do that. I'm gonna roll. I will figure it out in a moment. Oh, I rolled a nat 20. I think you just lost that fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a decent fight for a little while. Because you rolled a natural 2. So you've got a +9 on athletics.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But this guy just gets the better of you, and thankfully it's a non-lethal day, so you don't end up.
Yeah.
dead.
No, it happens sometimes.
It happens. But it's a bad fight. You end up with like a good black eye. Your arm is sprained. We're not going to take any hit points, but you do anything like combat wise for the day, I think you're going to probably be at disadvantage just for being kind of hurt, battered, and bruised from this.
That's what health potions are for.
Yeah. So you head into the sort of gladiator dressing room, and a guard that's there, who sort of keeps the fan base from the groupies out, as it were. He comes over and says, "Oh man, you really took the short end of that stick, didn't you?"
Yeah, well, sometimes you lose.
So good for you. It was a non-lethal, man.
If it was lethal, I would have tried harder.
Right. Anyways, some kid delivered this for you while you were in the fight. He hands you a note.
Okay, I will grab said note.
Okay. Similar to Miseries, who you've not met yet. It is a note from Shadok Trin asking you to meet at his establishment at 4 p.m. at number 6 Absalom Row. He has an offer for you and the job. Any plans?
Well, I'm gonna make that history check, I suppose.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so 12.
12. That's enough. As I said, Shadok Trin's pretty well known. So yeah, you know who this guy is. You know that he's an agent for adventurers, and most likely a deal from him is probably a pretty good one. So, anything you're planning to do between now and then, or?
Probably just heal up in case I do have to fight something later.
All
Because it
right.
sounds like I might.
Take a short rest, as it were, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Harmony, we'll move to you. Where on Zelona do you think you are?
I'd probably be in the rogue's court.
Okay.
Since, I'm a rogue.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you might have an apartment somewhere, or be at a nice restaurant, or walking in a park.
Hello? Hey.
Are you hanging out at the the Memnaka office, or are you just loitering about? Hoping...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kind of taking a nap there.
Okay. You're taking a nap. Okay. So the Memnaka
On the roof.
office is on the roof. It's one of the larger offices. I think we're going to make it, because I've never been to it before, probably this area right here. It's not that entire sort of triangle-shaped building, but it is part of this building. So the larger part here. So you're up on the roof taking a nap. And a fellow, we should probably explain, the Memnaka are a order of assassins that specialize in shadow play. So the way of the shadow monk, and you are playing a homebrew sort of shadow assassin that I created for this world. There you can hear the. Are you asleep or are you just pretending to nap? Like,
Well, she's an elf, so she doesn't really sleep.
fair enough. Yeah, I guess you're meditating. Uh, um, so as you're up there meditating, you can hear the door to the roof open and footsteps headed your way.
I'm going to just kind of turn my head and glare one eye at the person, like, what do you want?
You see, it's another one of your fellow assassins, not about the same rank. And he kind of gives you a kind of staggers back, like with a look that sort of says, "What the hell?" And just hands a note of paper to you.
I kind of take it and pat his foot because that's probably the closest thing to me. It's like, thank you.
He kind of shrugs and leaves. Like the others, it's a piece of paper that directs you to meet with Shadok Trin around 4 p.m. at his establishment at 6 Absalom Row. He has an offer for you. This is, by the way, for the Memnaka. I will say it's a little unusual. Usually, when someone wants to hire a Memnaka, like that for an assassin job, they will go through the office. They will go through like a secretary who will then assign the right person for the right job, kind of a thing. So this is a little weird, and it is addressed directly to you.
I'm going to go investigate this guy, poke around his place.
You're gonna poke around his place. Oh, lovely. All right, so you're headed up there pretty much right now, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so Absalom Row is actually all the way up here. Absalom Loop, actually. So it's on this little island, this sort of setup over here that's connected via this bridge. For those at home and for you guys as well, if you hadn't figured it out, this sort of orangey stuff right here is what's called the maelstrom, which is the sort of weird magic-y soup that all the fragments float in. It's like air. It's not a liquid. But that's what this orangey stuff represents. So this island is just hanging out here, seemingly supported by just this bridge. But Absalom 6 Absalom Row is actually basically right here in the middle. I realize you may not know where that island was, Jessica, until I did that. Hopefully you can find it up towards the far north. And these,
So like here.
I didn't see one. You guys can't see. Nope, that's the palace. Head to the west. It is labeled. There you go.
Cool.
So Absalom Island has a lot of big posh houses, right? The people that live here have money, money to spare, money coming out of their ears. These buildings are beautiful white marble or black basalt or something, like really expensive stone that had to be imported. Most buildings on Zelona are sort of built out of a local sort of gray stone. In some cases, they've just been carved into the stone that is the land underneath. So it's clear that these people have money. You see evidence of courtyards behind fences as you get here. There's not a lot of space in between the buildings as you see. You can see that all the gray is just building next to building. There are a few sort of walkways and access points, but those roads are all that's there. There are also piers, you'll notice, that they actually can dock ships right here. The house that Trin has directed you to, number 6, is made out of kind of a whitish gray marble. It's not stark white. There's some texture and gray to it. It is smaller than a number of the others that are on this sort of middle section here. This section. I forget that I need to do this. Versus the rest of it. It said it's smaller. It has a small courtyard in the back, from what you can tell. There's a set of steps that lead up to a front door and some windows. Nothing looks like it's happening outside, at least. The building's just there. So, what do you plan to do?
I'm going to first wander around the perimeter, like seeing if there's windows that I can see through,
Okay.
and then depending on what I see from the outside, I might go in.
You're gonna try to sneak into a window.
I'm going to see what I can see first,
Okay.
and then based off of that, I might go in at various different, like I might try a door or a window or the roof.
Okay. I wasn't expecting you to break into your potential employer's home. So I'm trying to decide exactly how
You
you would
weren't?
react. No, it wasn't really something on my list. I should know better, I suppose, but it definitely wasn't something directly on my list. So you go around to the windows, and I think hang on, do we have? I wanted to check something out. Nope. Sorry, there was some pinging going on my end there. You head around and peek into some of the windows. A number of the rooms are dark. You can kind of see into them because it's during the day. There's still light, and you can see like one of the dark rooms is clearly a like a library. Right, there's just a lot of bookshelves and that kind of stuff. One of the others seems to be possibly like a guest room or something. It's done up as a bedroom, but it doesn't look like anybody's been there for a while. Are you sticking to the bottom floor? Or are you looking into the? It's a 3-story building. Sorry, I don't know if I mentioned that.
I'm looking in all the windows.
Okay. Most on the bottom story, you don't see much. Hang on a second here. I'm trying to get somewhere. There we go. That's where I want. So you don't see much there. There are a couple. There's like a. You can tell that there's a bit of a. There are a couple. There's like a. You can tell that there's a bit of a. There are a couple. There's like a. You can tell that there's a bit of a. Just get rid of that one. Sorry, I was trying to look at our feed and then realized I'm getting an echo, so I shouldn't do that. So, you can tell that like the windows towards the front are open because have some lights because they're sort of a waiting wall. But where you actually find anybody is on a second story. You notice as you sort of peek in to this window, and I'm going to make you roll a stealth check here. But
Well, you'd hope she's good at that.
I would hope so. But she doesn't necessarily know what she's getting herself into, which is the other thing to note.
And roll new character, session 1, done.
No, not my style, and I think you guys know that. Okay. So go ahead and give me a stealth check. You're going to see what you see no matter what. It's just what happens after that.
19 plus 13.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do some real good detection stuff for you, aren't I?
I have Cloak of Elvenkind, which means perception checks have disadvantage against me.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna have to find some magic detecty stuff to deal with you down the road. Got it. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
In this case, though, the gentleman you see in this study does not notice you. You actually you see from behind. The windows are behind him, so you're seeing his back. He's sitting at a large sort of mahogany desk, clearly taking some notes and looking over some documents. He's well dressed. You're not sure. You think elf, but you can't see his face, so you can't really tell. But he has pointed ears. He's about a little shy of 6 foot tall total, kind of thin. Long brown hair is about all you can tell. There's a cup of tea next to him as he sort of takes notes. You can see that the room is set up so that he can meet with several people. It looks like it might be set up for a total of 3. So.
Is there a tree nearby that I could be like perched in to be able to see in the window?
No, not a lot of trees on this particular fragment. This is mostly just city. Think Victorian London kind of thing. There are some small fruit trees in their very small courtyard, but they're not something that you could easily perch and watch. You're kind of to do this. You're kind of attached to the side of the building. I assume you have some decent climbing skills, so I just didn't have you roll that.
I also have slippers of spider climbing.
Of course you do. So,
You
right.
said
all
I
right.
could have 2 magical items.
2 uncommon magical items. Hopefully they're uncommon.
They're uncommon.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to work with you, aren't I? Okay, cool. That lets me know the kind of stuff I'm gonna have to come up with.
And here, I just took a +2 hammer and some mithril plate.
Yeah, I mean, I expect that from the dwarven fighter. So I should have expected this from the elf rogue, but yeah, I'll deal with it. It just means people need.
So, Chelsea, what magic items did you take to mess with the GM?
I got a staff that turns into a snake and a hat that turns me into another person, kind of.
Okay.
Those are decent magical items. I'm curious to see how you're going to use the staff that turns into a snake.
Yeah.
For
Her name's
intimidation.
Lulu.
Her name's Lulu. You named the snake. I love that.
Of course she did.
Fantastic. But yeah, you can. I mean, you can just kind of crouch here. That's kind of where you're at right now. There isn't really a tree you can hang on to.
Am I easily visible from the street where I am?
No, at this point you're around the back of the house.
Okay, then I'll just keep watching.
Although technically the way the house is set up, there's a street that runs behind it, but they've got a fence up there. So
I shall keep watching.
okay. Hey, we got the first person to say something in our chat. Can you guys see the chat at all? Or is it just me?
For what, the Twitch stream?
Yeah, for our stream chat.
Only you can see it.
Okay. We need to figure out a way so you guys can respond to it too.
Yeah.
But that was Dude Man. I'm not sure who he really is, but cool.
That's my
He's
brother.
Superman.
Watching. Pardon?
That's my brother.
It's your brother? Well, thank God. Somebody. He says snake staff, good assassin's weapon.
Well, I mean, I plugged it as much as I could before this happened, so...
Yeah, I did the best I could. I haven't put it up on Facebook, so we might have people watching that aren't even at the college. So, but hey, cool.
that works, man.
I know a couple of my fellow faculty members were thinking they might pop in and just see what we were doing as well. I think my father actually said he might watch it, which could be entertaining. He's the guy that taught me how to play D&D, so it makes sense that he'd see what
Only
crazy,
right that he should watch, right?
yeah, crazy digital things that his son is doing. So hang on. Nice to see someone is watching. Oh, apparently my audio is going in and out. Okay. That is interesting. I wonder if I'm just not close enough to the mic. Let's try that. Let me know if that corrects it. I've lost my train. Oh, there's a fence in the back, so you can't be seen. So do you just you're just hanging out there until time to meet?
Yeah.
All right, cool, simple, sweet. All right, so we need to check one thing. Let's use. I like that die better for this. I don't know why it just looks different. Okay. There's probably no way that she's going to be able to see you because you have such a distinct advantage on your stealth. Maybe 15 minutes or so before you're supposed to meet, so like at 3:45, a woman walks in dressed in sort of a maid's outfit, conservatively, I should add. She has very long blue hair. She is clearly a tiefling because of that, and also just kind of a look in her eye that you can tell that there's definitely something dark and mysterious in this woman's past. And they have a short conversation. You're not sure what about, but it takes maybe 5 minutes, no more than that. And she nods and leaves.
Okay.
So something tells me that Harmony might be the first one to actually make the door, or is she going to be fashionably late?
She is doing pull-ups on the window, so I guess if she wants to take fall damage, yes.
Oh, she's got all kinds of magic-y stuff, and she's a 10th level rogue. She's going to be fine.
Psh, whatever.
I'm just going to keep watching.
All right.
So then, no.
Let's see. Which of the two of you arrived first? Or is Misery or Theroden good at keeping time? Or
I mean, Theroden's nothing if not punctual and a man of his word.
okay, Misery.
I mean, Misery is a woman of her word, but she's, she does what she wants when she wants.
Does that mean that she's going to make the meeting on time, though? That doesn't quite give me a.
She'll be there. She'll try, but she'll probably be there like 5 or 10 minutes late.
Okay, fair enough.
Fashionably late.
Yeah. So I think Theroden, you're the first one to show up. You heard my description of the building.
Yep.
I'm not going to do that one again. And yeah, it's a there's a stoop that leads up to a nice, well carved wooden door.
Cool. Theroden assumes that he's the only one who's supposed to be here, so he just knocks.
Okay. Very shortly, the door opens. There is a maid there with long blue hair, somewhat pale skin. She's I don't think I mentioned this. Probably actually right about 6 foot. And she smiles and says,
Cool. I'm 4 feet tall, so I'm like at her knees.
Yeah, pretty much. Not quite that. She smiles and says, Theroden, I presume?
That's correct.
Fantastic. You were expected. If you would follow me.
Cool.
She lets you in, closes the door. You actually notice that she locks it. You can hear her have to unlock the deadbolt, basically. It's not horror, like chains. And she leads you down a hall and up the stairs into a sort of waiting room without windows. It's sort of at the end of a hall. She lets you in, and there's some chairs and a door on the far side, which you assume perhaps might be where you're going to be meeting. She says, if you don't mind, I'll ask you to wait here till the others arrive, and once the entire group that your entire group is here, we will commence the meeting. Can I get you anything to drink?
Ale if you have it, and then I start doing 1 on push-ups.
She kind of eyes you for a moment and then leaves. Comes back a moment later with a bottle of a local dwarven dark ale.
Interesting. Is it good?
It is. It's quite good.
All right, then I will drink it.
You didn't try it first to see if it was good. You just asked.
No, I was asking you out of character.
Okay. And she leaves you to it. So
Cool.
Misery, how late do you think you're going to be? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour?
5 minutes. That's fine.
3 hours.
Harmony, are you getting involved yet, or are you still just waiting?
I'm going to try sneaking in through the window.
You're going to try sneaking in through the window. All right, we'll put you on hold for a moment. Oh boy. Okay. I almost hope some of my players from my last game are watching. They're gonna get
Just
new
because of the
ideas.
shenanigans.
Yeah, well, they've had enough shenanigans. Well, I've told you about Aestus before.
My alignment is lawful shenanigans, so
Yeah. Aestus was just monkey wrench. I referred to him as my little monkey wrench. He was playing a Hodekin, which is the good kind of goblin, and he was an illusionist that liked to throw a monkey wrench in my plans with. words.
also a spellcaster. Excellent.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they all monkey wrench me from time to time, but he was the worst.
Right, but spellcasters are especially good at that.
Yeah. Hi, Jim. If you're watching, I'm sure I'll give you hell about it later if you're not. He knows.
He knows.
All right. So, Harmony, you make it to the building. Did it just you, or did you bring anybody? Sorry, not
I'm
Harmony.
assuming you
Misery.
read Misery.
I meant Misery. Yeah.
Oh. I brought Bath. I like having Bath around.
So
If she's
you,
allowed.
you don't know that yet. You just brought her.
Yeah.
So you knock on the door, and the door opens, and again, the maid, which I've described, and I'm assuming you've heard, is there, and she says, "Oh, interesting.
Oh, hello.
I believe you are Misery, the captain of the. Did we ever get your ship's name?
The hawk moth.
Hawkmoth?
Mhm.
Yes, you are Captain. of
Yes.
Hawkmoth?
Oh, indeed I am, and this is
HMS
my
Hawkmoth?
boatswain, Bath.
Ah, the bosun. All right. Well, why don't you come on in? I'm not sure that Trin is going to want to have your esteemed colleague in the meeting, but we can definitely make her comfortable while she waits for you.
Okay, could I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
And I don't mean to be rude. Are you really a maid?
I mean, it's the position I fill at the moment.
At the moment. Okay, all right.
She kind
And
of gives
she
you
was
a
the
look as if she's
TBEG
like,
the whole time.
she gives you a look as sort of like, that's an odd question. She doesn't say anything, but she kind of gives you a minor look and leads you up upstairs. And actually, before she gets to the waiting room, she pauses at another door, opens it, and says, "Bath, if you would like to wait in here, we will take good care of your captain. We just have an offer for her."
You take good care of Bath too.
Of course, of course. I will
Okay,
let me deliver you where you need to go, and then I'll see what she would like to drink.
sounds good to me.
Bath kind of looks at you, looks at maid, and goes, "All right,
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. You'll be fine.
all right, all right." I mean, I could be on the ship working, but all right, cool. She wanders in. The maid leads you further down the hall into a waiting room where you see a dwarf doing one-handed push-ups. Theoden, aside from that, do you want to explain what you look like?
Yeah, so Theoden is 4 feet tall. He is wearing full mithril plate armor, so it's very intricate and cool looking. On his back, while I'm doing the push-ups in the full plate, and with you just see this like hammer that is as big as me on my back, and I've got a red beard, it's magnificent and dwarfly, and that's about all you can tell probably from a first glance.
Magnificent and dwarfly. I like the term. Well done. All right, Misery, do you want to describe what Theoden sees? Because I'm assuming he looks up at least to see who walks in.
Oh yeah. My flaw is skittish and paranoid, so I'm not.
What an interesting flaw.
Misery is kind of tall. She has grayish skin and her eyes change colors, and she has white hair and kind of pale gold horns. And she's wearing like a really fancy captain's jacket with like gold trimming and stuff.
Big epaulets and all that.
Yeah.
All right. I'll wait for a moment to see if you guys say anything. Don't worry, Harmony. I'm going to get to you.
Still hanging from the window.
You're very strong.
I like to think so.
Yeah, you like to look like it.
Your point being?
Oh, I just, do you always, work out in the afternoons in other people's homes?
I was told that I needed to wait here, and there's not little else to do here.
Well, now there is a chat. We can chat.
Is that not what we're doing right now?
Oh, wow, I suppose you're right. What's your name?
Theoden Battlehammer, and yours?
Misery?
That's the end of the chat, huh?
Yep, that's the whole chat.
Okay, well, are you working?
Well, I got a mysterious note that told me that there was a man here seeking my help, and usually that means either someone needs to be captured or eliminated, so I guess we'll see.
Well, I got a note about someone asking for my help, and that usually means someone or something needs to be found. So interesting.
All right, we'll leave this riveting conversation.
So very interesting, intriguing.
This very interesting conversation. And Harmony, you are hanging outside of a second-story window, considering how you're going to break in.
Yes.
Okay. The window itself is, best you can tell, locked from the inside, like any good, rich person's home.
There's a laser grid. You're gonna have to do acrobatics checks.
No, that's later. What are you? What are you doing here? Like, tell me what you're trying. Narrate what your character is doing before making this attempt.
I'm going to try and open up the lock with my thieves' tools. If I can get it open, then I'll just kind of sneak in and just kind of perch in the corner and see how long it takes for them to realize I'm here already.
Trying to think about how you would use thieves' tools on a window lock. Like, it's not something
While hanging from it.
I'm not too worried about that. She, crazy.
I guess she has boots of spider climb, so that's probably not too hard.
Crazy rogue
What it
shenanigans.
would probably
Yeah.
be I would try sliding something under between the windowsill and the window and try shimming the lock to get it to pop.
Okay, we can go with that. The kind of lock my brain was envisioning doesn't work that way, but that's fine because there are lots of different kind of. So I want you to roll a. It's going to be a sleight of hand. So go ahead and give me what I'm assuming is going to be ridiculous check at this point.
I mean, I have a plus. I think it's 8 to these tools as well. So
Yeah.
I have a plus 13 to sleight of hands, and I just rolled a 19.
Where are you getting these numbers?
She has.
I have expertise.
Yeah, it lets her double her proficiency modifier.
basically, if you're a rogue, you get to pick a few things that you're just really good at.
Wow.
That's why she doesn't get to use magic, because she gets to do this kind of crap instead. So.
Well, I don't either.
Well,
That's
yes,
fair.
but you get to hit things really, really hard.
That's true.
Many times over a short amount of.
What? Up to 4 attacks in 6 seconds?
Exactly.
More if I crit or kill something.
Yes, that's how this all works. Different skills.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have too much problem shimming the lock. You get your tool in there.
I got a modified 20 on my perception check.
You actually, I'll deal with you two in a moment because something is happening here. So you shim the lock, and it's not all that difficult to open. You then sneak in, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay. After you sneak in, do you leave the window open?
No.
She's no amateur.
Okay. So you close the window and turn back, and actually, as you turn back around, Trin has spun around in his chair, and he's actually looking at you, and he says, "Traditionally, I prefer my clients to come in through the door."
I'm a rogue.
Yes, I've hired many rogues. They still usually use the door.
I mean,
Say that again. You broke up.
I said I'm me.
Fair enough. If I will ask that if this arrangement continues past this particular adventure, that you please use the door from now on. My staff is going to be quite distressed at this point. And at this point, you actually the maid was apparently delivering something to Bath, and immediately like something happens, you're not sure what, and she comes running in, checks on the two of you, looks around a little, and then like bursts through another door, which you actually see as well, Harmony. She comes into the door and has pulled a dagger out of nowhere, and is not sure what to do because she sees Trin turning around talking to you, and it's right about the time he says that it would help my staff. And he looks at her and says, "Anya, that's fine. Our guest decided that she wanted to enter through the window."
Magical arms. Woo.
The maid puts the knife away and, "Are you sure?" Trin says, "Yes, it's fine. Go bring the other two in, please." And Trin looks to you and points to a chair. Says, "You might want to learn a bit more about detecting for magic traps before you start popping windows."
Your maid is not just a maid.
Whoa, did you
Perhaps.
hear that? Did you hear what I. You are a special person. I am interested in you. What is your name?
I could.
I think that was to you, Harmony.
Oh, so they've already entered?
Yeah, I think this is as they're walking in because the maid literally just
Yeah.
opens the door and shows them in.
I'm just amazed. I am astounded that you were listening in on our conversation. And we didn't even know. Huh.
I'm just sitting in my chair not saying anything.
Well, can I get a name? Okay.
Harmony, you want to describe what the other two players are seeing because that you can't hide.
Disguise self
Um,
immediately.
I'm a wood elf, kind of bronzish, like bronze colored skin. Um, picture kind of a reddish colored hair. Only I'm in black.
Okay.
And like there's no color on me besides, my skin and my hair. I'm just in black.
Excuse me. So, all right, good. Hang on, I'm going to readjust this a little. I think that might also be where I'm quiet from time to time. All right. So, Trin, after you guys come in, Anya goes back out and sort of finishes what she was doing with Bath real quick. Anya is the name of the maid, by the way, which you would have known if you paid attention to Trin. You now see, as you are in front of Trin, Harmony, and the two of you, he is also tiefling. He doesn't have horns. He mostly looks elven, but again, there's that spark in his eyes that make you think that this isn't just an elf. He's very well dressed. The latest fashion for a gentleman about town, as it were. He has normal human skin color. And he says, "Well, thank you for meeting me." And he looks at each one of you in turn. Says, "Harmony, Misery, and Theridin. Before we get started, is there something you would like to drink? I see, Theridin, you've already had an ale. Would you like something, a second, or something new?"
Let's talk business first.
Fair
I
enough.
would like a drink.
And what would you like, Misery?
Surprise me.
Okay, and he kind of looks up to Anya, and she nods. And Harmony?
Still not saying anything.
She's very mysterious, isn't she?
I
like her.
suppose tea for our elven friend, and I will take a brandy, please. And Anya says, "All right," and ducks out. Not more than a minute or two later, she returns with a cup of hot tea for Harmony, which she puts down on a small table next to your chair. A snifter of brandy for I almost wish I had my snifter. For Trin, and sets down a tall fluted wine glass with something sort of light blue and bubbly in it for Misery.
Ooh.
And she says, "This is let's go with Tabaxi champagne."
That is impressive.
Mm.
Thank you very much.
And she then leaves, and actually, she doesn't quite leave. She goes to the door, and Trin says, "Could you bring the client in as well?" Forgot about this. So that was originally set up for 4. And Anya nods, and a moment later brings in a young woman. I realize I don't have my file that tells me this data. Give me a moment. It's probably going to open up right in front of everybody. Yay, let's move it over here. So nice to have multiple displays. There it is. Because there's where I have the name. All right. Anya comes back bringing in a young woman, probably 16, 17. Looks, we would probably say today, sort of Celtic. She's got kind of think Meredith from Brave. She's got a face full of freckles and this curly red hair. She's clearly a like a farmer or something. You can see the calluses on her hand, the sort of skin that's been multiple times sunburned and tanned. She's in very humble wool clothing, nothing too fancy, browns and such. She comes in and sits at the fourth chair, and Anya brings her another cup of tea. And Trin says that'll be all, Anya. And Anya nods and says, "I will entertain Beth, perhaps," and leaves. And Trin then looks to the three of you and says, "This might be unusual for my normal modus operandi, but Mina needed to hear what was going on." And he looks to the three of you and says, "This is Mina Conrad. She is a young woman from the Cadmos village of Lagan. I believe, Misery, you are from House Cadmos as well?"
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mina made her way to Zelona by, as I understand it, the entire town of Lagan scrimping together what little money they could to send her on an airship here. And she has been looking for a number of, to use her terms, heroes to help stop the bandits that have been attacking her town. I got wind of it and asked to see her. And a third party who has asked to remain nameless is going to be fronting the money to pay for the three of you. So, this is what we will be working with here. I just realized I didn't get some names down because I was dealing with the technical stuff. I am hiring you, the three of you, to go to the Cadmos fragment of Burnham and deal with the bandits that are plaguing the town of Lagan. As I understand it from Mina, their harvest is soon, and they can't afford to have these bandits steal their food again. So they are asking for help. Now, I understand this is probably unusual for the three of you. We have an assassin, a bounty hunter, and an explorer. You guys are not exactly the kind that go and deal with bandits. That being said, I have a reputation of finding the right people to work together. And I think the three of you should do just fine for this. To explain how this is working, technically, Misery, we are hiring your ship. You and your ship, the Hawkmoth, to transport the three of you, plus your crew, of course, and Mina back to Lagan.
Okay. Yep. Not to no offense, but does that mean I will be compensated for the larger role?
We are hiring your ship. We will discuss payment in a moment.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Because the other two have something more than just protecting the town that we are hiring them for. Anyways, we again have an assassin and a bounty hunter. Looks like Jessica lost audio and video. Did you try the reconnect? She just popped into the chat.
Yeah.
She works on that because I can't. Yeah, Damien, you're helping. All right. I need to. I had one of them. Hang on. Sorry. I had two names that I needed to get written down, and I didn't do it earlier.
I'm back.
Yay!
All right, good.
Yay.
All right, so these are the two names I needed. So good. So perfect timing. Let me write down a few names so I don't forget them real quick. We will be hiring the Hawkmoth for transportation. We are hiring the assassin to handle the bandit leader, a man by the name of Cherog. He is a particularly vicious hobgoblin. And, well, He's been a thorn in the side of a number of my clients for a while, so we are looking to hire the Shadow Assassin to deal with him. So that will be what you were being paid for. And Theradin, Cherog's second in command, a woman by the name of Alzi, is wanted on 14 fragments for a number of charges, including murder, arson, and a number of other things. The bounty on her is actually quite substantial. So we are hiring you to bring her in, dead or alive. Obviously, dead, we would need proof.
Of course, I've done this before.
So that is what we technically are hiring the three of you for. Along that, though, you will also be protecting the town of Logon and helping them handle these bandits. Does that? I know price, we haven't discussed it. We'll get there, but I want to make sure you understand what we are hiring you for.
Okay.
All you had to do was ask.
Yep.
Misery?
I get it.
Okay. The price at this point will be 1,000 that we will pay up front, so you guys can equip for anything you need. Upon return here to Zelona, you will be paid another 5,000. Okay. Also, I will point out that the town of Logon will be paying for your room and board in their town while you were there.
Okay, I'm in.
Excellent. Theradin?
Okay.
Harmony? Good to hear.
Normally, you would go through the Dark Guard, but I suppose unusual circumstances sometimes are required. I'm in.
I mean, if you really would like us to go through the Dark Guard, we can, but I've worked with them before. Did you hear me, Damien?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Theradin to respond.
Yeah. No, this is fine. It's just unusual.
I mean, my job is to bring unusual people together to do unusual things. So, all right. Well, if that is settled, then I will leave the rest of the planning, departure, and all that to you. Anya can see you into a room if you'd like to speak, the three of you with Mina. I would just leave my office, but I have some sensitive documents here I have to handle, and I'm not sure how much Harmony could keep her hands off them.
Fair enough.
Are there any questions you have for me before I let you go?
Not as of this moment.
Good. Misery?
I think I'm okay.
Good. Harmony?
Okay.
No questions then?
No.
Excellent. Then Anya will show you into a meeting room where you can discuss the details with Mina, and I will bid you adieu. Thank you very much for attending. Enjoy your drinks. And
Thank you, sir.
you hear the door open, and Anya steps in.
I just kind of stand up and walk over to her.
If you will follow me, you can bring your drinks.
Yep, I pick up my drink and I head after her.
Mina kind of looks a little shaken up by this. And as she sort of steps out, stops, and then turns to Trin and says, How are we paying for this? The town doesn't have this kind of money. And Trin looks up and says, Oh, I thought I made that clear, but a third party is interested in protecting your land, and they are fronting the bill. The town itself will not have to compensate. You've already paid a small fee to talk with me, and that is all that they have required. So it is up to you three. Well, you four. And I said the money is being handled by an interested third party. And she says, "Oh, okay," and follows you guys out. Anya leads you to another room, not the room with Bath. Bath is in her own little room. There are 4 chairs around a round table. And she says, if you need a refreshment on any of your drinks, I can handle that now, Theoden, since it seems like you don't have one.
Yeah, I'll take another one of those ale.
Fantastic. I will bring you one, and if you need me, the bell. And she points to, not he, she points to just sort of a rope next to the door. Returns very quickly with another bottle of ale and a glass, and says, "I will leave you to it." So now the three of you and Mina in a room.
Okay, Mina, darling. I don't mean to frighten you, but it seems to me you are part of a much larger picture here. And I'd like to know any information you have that might, help us see that bigger picture.
She says, I don't really understand a lot of this. My town's been attacked by bandits off and on for, well, since the Perel took over our fragment. You're from Cadmos or from Burnham,
Mhm.
The bandits there are just bad. Normally, it's not a big deal. They loot a little bit, they take a few things, and they leave us alone. The men usually can fend them off. We're a small town, very remote. But this last year, the bandits have been more tenacious. They've attacked multiple times, killed a number of people. They've taken some of our livestock, which is the first time they've ever done that, and they have threatened to return and take our entire harvest. So the town couldn't get anywhere with the local Perel government. They don't seem to care about Cadmosian towns being raided by bandits. And the resistance we could not contact. So the town pooled together what little resources they had to send me to Zelona to try to find somebody to help. Trin apparently heard that I was looking for something and invited me up yesterday. We discussed the issue. He asked for a retainer. I gave him 10 gold because that's what I had left that I could afford to give him without sacrificing the money I needed to, pay for my room and board and such, which he was fine with. And then he asked me to come here today and meet you three. I don't know who this third party is. I don't know who would care about Logon.
Did Trin did he give away any hint for why he seemed so interested in your case?
Not really. He just, Trent strikes me as someone who has a moral center, if that makes sense, despite the fact that what he does is connect people to other people for sometimes morally questionable adventures. He seems to be the kind of person who wants to do the right thing, I guess. My understanding is he's quite picky about who he works with and the kind of clients he will hire. But I don't know more than that. I just, a young boy came up to me in the street and asked me to meet with Trin, and we're here. Like, this is flabbergasting. I would never have expected to be able to hire three people of your caliber, or to even meet Shadok Trin, let alone be able to work with him. To have hired him for 10 gold. What do you know about him?
He's big, He's a big guy. He's a big agent. He knows his stuff, and I don't know. It just seems so strange. No offense to you, obviously. As part of Cadmos myself, this is obviously troubling, to say the least, that this kind of thing is going on. But Tran is he's so...
Yes, Scoob Supreme, we can see what you're saying.
Ah, Scoob. Hi, Steven. So. I couldn't see because I had him blocked, or not blocked, but let me do that. I had the chat blocked.
We have a whole 6 people though, so.
Hey, 6 is better than 0.
That's right.
So now I don't know where I just put the chat. There it is. Nope, wrong one. There it is. Cool. I've been trying to to keep up on that one. So, okay. I don't know what Hoodroy is asking. How does this work? Are they playing elsewhere and we're just watching? The answer is yes. We're just streaming the game we're playing. This isn't a game
Yeah.
for you guys to join. If you're one of our Delta Nu Delta members, I would say let us know in the team that you're interested in this, and maybe down the road we can set up some other streaming games. I think we just want to try to get our feet wet with this one at the moment, which is why we kept it to the officers and such. Oh, hey, not a member, just got the email from CEI. Well, I'm glad you're here to watch. We're just doing this to give you guys, the rest of the students, something to do.
Yeah.
We're like the rest of you. We are all hunkered down.
down.
I haven't left this house, and other than for a couple of errands, like to pick up prescriptions in a long time.
Hey,
This
I'll
is-
be right back. Just
Yeah.
one moment.
Yeah, go ahead. Now this is a good time for us to take a short little interlude, as it were. So you're good. Go.
Okay,
So-
okay.
I'm actually going to reach ask behind me to get a glass of water if the person that I can hear in the kitchen behind me can hear me. Could I just get a glass of water, not fizzy? Thank you. My wife is behind me in the kitchen, which is what this curtain is for. Anyways, yeah, no, this is just to get something out for the students. So once Chelsea returns, we'll continue. So to update people, our intrepid trio has been hired to go save a town in a remote corner of this crazy shattered land. So pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Well, it's not a man behind the curtain; it's my wife. So, whoop! Wow, that was quick. Red, almost red in my face. So, oh, that's good. So we're actually what we were talking already about taking a break about an hour and a half in, and that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Theroden, Harmony, Damien, Jessica, do you need to get up, use the bathroom, anything like that?
Yeah, I've
I'm-
had to pee for like 20 minutes, so I'll be back.
All right, cool. So 20 minutes, really?
I've been holding it. I'm good at that. Don't worry about it.
Well, go do it quickly. So if either of you need to, go right ahead. We'll take a break. I'll interact with people on the chat. You want to ask some questions or something, and we'll pick back up after everybody goes back. Jessica, are you taking a quick break too?
Yes.
Cool. All right, just let me know when you get back, since I can't see you come back. So. Scoob wants to know what my favorite color is. I'm actually right now quite partial to a deep purple. I don't know why. It used to be black because I was a techie in theater for years, but deep, dark, sort of royal purple is now where I like it. I like a nice green, like my dice tray too. So purple and green are favorites of mine. Yes, royalty. Of course, I like things associated with kings and queens. You should know better. So. Hello, Chelsea. We decided to take the break today, right now. So I'm good, so I didn't need to get up. But Damien and Jessica needed to get up and stretch their legs and such. So I'm answering questions.
Okay.
In the chat, Scoob Supreme wants to know, what does purple signify in ancient Greek texts? The answer is basically royalty. Although it also had connections to
Okay, I'll be right
women,
back.
because women were the only ones that knew how to get the color. The color purple in ancient Greece came from a kind of like a conch-looking large snail. There's a gland in that snail, and I don't remember the name, that produces the dyes for purple, which is why up until very recently, purple was a very hard color to get as a dye, and so only royalty wore it. So does that answer your question? He's got to leave now, unfortunately. He's going to come ask me a few questions during the break and then leave, not even finish it up. I can't fault him, though, because I didn't get the chance to watch a lot of his streaming when he was doing it. So thanks for coming by, though, Steven. It's good to see you. So,
All right, I'm back.
cool. Chelsea's left again, and I don't know if Jessica's back yet.
It's
So,
entirely possible.
Hoodroy or Dude Man, do you guys have questions for us? questions about the game or anything going on there, the world?
Character questions, whatever. Or any of the other people who are watching.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those are the only two that are in the chat. But if you're watching and haven't, let us know if you're in the chat. It's nice to know that we've got some people watching.
Yeah, I mean, I've been keeping an eye on the chat to see if.
Are there any character races I don't like to use? That's a good question, actually. Hoodroy, I think if you just watch, you'll probably get a sense. And definitely reach out to Delta Nu Delta if you kind of like this D&D stuff. We can help you get connected maybe to some people. Are there any character races I don't like using? I almost never play human myself. I don't have anything against them. I am human, I guess. So when I'm playing D&D, I want to play something unusual. I use them as NPCs all the time. So again, I don't have anything against them directly. I for a long time didn't like halflings, just as a general rule. I don't know why.
But rerolling ones.
Yes. Well, that wasn't. Yeah, remember that I started playing D&D back in the days of second edition, right?
So no rerolling ones then.
Yeah, that wasn't an option.
All right.
And like, I killed off halflings in this world because I didn't like them at the time. This world, the Shattered Lands, I started working on like 20 years ago, and it's got through many iterations before it came to what we are now. It used to be a shattered continent in a big sea, and now it's a shattered planet. So I think at that point, yeah. I've still have never played a halfling. I have played a gnome, which is sort of like magic halfling, but I have never played a halfling. One of these days I might finally do it. I thought about it on one of my last characters. So, does that answer your question, dude, man? Lag. Oh, it's quiet now. Oh, there we go. Cool. Glad I answered your question. I think I'm back to just me now. I guess I'm used to sitting at this computer for hours. This is what I've been doing, is sitting at this computer, grading papers and chatting with students, video chatting with students. It's a living. So, Dude Man says he likes Dragonborn and he's thinking of a Tabaxi. I'm playing a Tabaxi now in another game, a Tabaxi Bard, College of the Sword, and I'm enjoying it. Tabaxi are a big race in this world, actually. And I came up with my own version of 5th edition Tabaxi before the Volos was printed. So mine have sub races depending on the kind of cat, whether you're a lion or a tiger or a leopard, that kind of thing. And it's a caste system. I don't know if we'll get into that part of the storyline here because
I'm back.
Yay, Jessica's back. It looks like everybody's back. I don't know if we'll get into those Tabaxi, but I'll definitely have a few NPCs. Tabaxi are fun though. I like my character tends to climb up to sleep. Sleeps in the rafters all the time. Hoodroy, do players play just this, or do they have other groups? What is this group called? A realm? Mostly games are just. I'll answer this question. And we'll get back. So in D&D, we just have a game we might call the extended story that we work a campaign, which has smaller stories, which we call adventures. This group, I mean, we're part of the club Delta Nu Delta. These 3 students are also officers. I think all of us have other D&D groups. In fact, I know for a fact everybody else here does. Other groups that they're running. I think Damien is running an adventure, if I'm correct, for a group still. Yep, I think you're muted, Damien. Can't hear you.
I was muted. Yeah,
there you go.
That's correct.
Yep. And I know Jessica's playing in one, and I know Chelsea's playing in another game I run, and I think she's doing some D&D as well. So, but yeah, we all play a lot. I like the idea of us calling ourselves a realm. We are the realm of Shattered Lands. So, but if this interests you, Hoodroy, we're gonna get back to the narrative. But if this does interest you, oh cool, yeah, no, we'll know a lot of people at the school to play it. But if this interests you, email us at DND, just those 3 letters, at CEI.edu, and we can put you in contact with people. We have other players and such. You're good, man. You're good. We don't have too many people to entertain right now, so you're in the chat. Hopefully, Dude Man's not too upset with us. But I want to get back to the narrative because we got about another hour and a half or so that we're gonna go. We've decided till about 9:30, and we'll be doing this every Wednesday is our plan. This is our first day, and we didn't want to say, hey, every Wednesday if something went horribly wrong today. So far, I think it's been good. I'm glad to see people are talking. Good. I'm glad our two that are watching are enjoying this. So, what other questions do you have for Mina? Because you guys are all in the room with Mina. I also assume that you'll be doing some planning after that. But
Yeah, almost for sure. No offense, Mina, but it seems like you're kind of small potatoes for someone to take an interest in your town.
I'm not offended. That's the reality. I mean, heck, we're just potato farmers up there. What do you want? You know. I know, apropos for the fact we're all in Idaho. I had decided what they farmed, and then Damien said small potatoes. I'm like, cool, they're potato farmers now.
Now they're potato farmers. Great.
She does say, we do grow some really big potatoes, but yeah, no, in your metaphor, we're not. I don't know. I don't know why Trin took an interest in this. I'm not going to, to use another farming metaphor, I am not looking a gift horse in the mouth, though. We need help. If you guys don't come help us with those bandits, we're going to starve. And that's assuming that the local governor doesn't come and, cart off the men because we can't pay taxes.
I can't help you there, but I can kill bandits.
That's if the bandits don't take our potatoes, then we can pay taxes. So that's how that works.
Do you know anything about where these bandits came from?
I don't specifically. They come. I'm hesitating here because it's going to be easier once we see a map of this place, but we haven't left for this place yet. And
Yeah, so maybe we should go to planning the adventure there, and then we'll worry about the bandits when we get there.
You could. She says the bandits tend to come from the mainland. We're on an arm, and by that she means similar to what you kind of see here. I'll ping it once it goes like this. The way it kind of sticks out as an arm. If you were to just assume that this was land instead of a bridge, that's what she means by arm. So we're out on an arm in Burnham, and they come from the mountains that are towards the mainland. So that's to our west-ish. So, but we don't have enough people to sacrifice to go try to find the bandit camp. We have to work the farms. We've lost people to these bandits, and if we don't get the harvest in, we're not going to be able to pay taxes. The bandits, they're going to steal it, and we'll starve. Like you guys are our last hope. I hope you understand that.
And you really couldn't get a hold of the resistance at all? They weren't willing.
The resistance is small. You know this. The Duke only recently took Inverness back. They're just getting a bit of steam, and we're a small potato farming community. How do we get a hold of a political resistance movement? We're close to Inverness, but we can't just stand on the edge of the fragment and wave flags around to try to hope they see us. You would know, Misery. Inverness itself is actually on a very small fragment that drifts very close to Burnham. So it's on its own sort of island, and it's close to where they are. Is that what they're referencing? So,
yeah.
We'll see a map
Are
here
you
soon.
two done yet?
She looks over at you and kind of surprised that you've said anything.
Are we going?
Well, there are some logistical issues to consider first, but I think we're about ready to go.
My apologies if you can hear the cat screaming behind me.
Cute.
Yeah, she crashed the video lecture I was doing for the Shakespeare class, Damien and Jessica. So Winter's Tale Act 3 Shakespeare lecture, you'll get to see not only Emily, but Puck decided to crash it too, but she's crashed it by doing this. So there was a moment where I had to consider whether I was going to re-record it because it was going downhill thanks to the cats. No, these guys know what's going on. They know that this isn't what I do for a living. I teach for a living. I don't teach online for a living. There's a difference. So
the online is new.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's new for all of us, I think. So we're making the best. But anyways, enjoy that when you come to it. If you read through Winter's Tale, which I hope you do.
Well, not tonight, but eventually.
Yep. Sounds like Emily's also decided to be quiet, so that's good. Mina looks over and says, I'm ready to go whenever. We just need to know the logistics when you want to leave. All that. Like I don't know. I've never done this.
I'm already packed.
Okay.
All right, that's fantastic. My ship came here for supplies, and we have yet to get everything we need. So we'll have to get just a few more things, and then we can be off.
So perhaps tomorrow morning, says Mina.
That sounds like a great plan. I can do that.
Okay. Where do we find you? I'm going to stop here and say that Mina wouldn't know this, which is why she can't ask this. But you would know, Misery. The docks all either have names or numbers. So let me scroll down to where you are here. Down. Whoop, too far. That's white. You are on, let's say, dock number 3 on West Harbor. So
Okay.
you would know that to tell somebody to find the ship, you would say, dock number 3, West Harbor. Mina doesn't know that, so she couldn't ask in a way that would lead you that way. But so she's like, where do we find the ship?
Dock number 3 of the West Harbor.
West Harbor. Okay, that's the one to the big one to the south, right, where the river.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right where it opens up. Yep.
Yes. Something I should point out, since you're probably seeing some water, like literally here's a river that becomes a waterfall.
Yeah, how does that stay full?
There's some hanky-panky magic going on at the divine level to, like, no one really actually knows. The gods seem to just make sure that all the fragments that have people living on it have enough fresh water to be able to survive. So that's a grade A mystery that nobody knows except the gods. And I'll tell you, the god of all of it, I never bothered to explain it. It just is. So it's a magic world. I don't have to explain all the physics. So.
I'm sorry for asking a physics question.
Nope, you're fine. I just figured I probably should clarify that if people looking at it going, there's a big river that just drops into the middle of nothing.
Nowhere. Yeah.
How was that? Like, yeah, it just.
That
it
is
just
why
is.
I asked too, is partially for the people watching.
Yep. It just is. So, by the way, this over here in the corner is the official coat of arms for Zalona. The Latin translates as ruled by none. So I thought I'd point that out for you guys if you were curious at all. So, you're pinging something over to the side. What are you pinging?
Yeah, that was just me trying to scroll.
Oh, okay. There's
So I
nothing
pinged-
over here but empty,
Yeah, that was just an attempt to scroll.
Okay.
Pinged a little
Cool.
too.
Do you guys have anything you want to do during the evening, or you just want to cut to the ship?
Well, I definitely went back to the Blackguard to be like, hey, I'm out, so don't try and assign me any missions. Also, I needed to pick up the rest of my gear because I definitely didn't bring all of it into the arena.
Okay. What's the name of your sort of boss in the Blackguard?
I don't think I picked a name for him, so
Right. Do it now.
great. Give me a sec.
I'm gonna farm some of those names out to you guys.
No, you must do all the names.
I usually do. That's why I'm farming it out to you guys.
Sid.
Damien's choice, but I'll go with Sid if you want it. He's looking it up. He wants to have a hold on to Sid. Sid's not a bad name, so
I was going to say Bob.
Bob. No,
Bob the bounty hunter boss.
I try really hard not to go with Bob. Bob's my default name for every enemy.
Bob is the default.
Yeah. Bob, George, and Fred when I need 3 of them. Are we going with Sid, Bob? What are we doing here, Damien?
Give me a second.
All right. It's hard to tell if you're looking at something or just sort of sleepy, so
No, yeah, I am on a different tab right now.
fair enough.
Stuff is taking a while.
Riveting streaming where we all sit here and wait for Damien to come up with a name.
Yeah, while I look at my name.
I hope you guys are entertained.
Are you not entertained? We'll go with
Chelsea's got a
Reptar.
bid for Sid. She's working at it. Pardon?
Reptar.
Reptar.
Don't know how to pronounce that last name. We'll go with Orly.
Reptar
an elf.
Orly. An elf. All right. High Wood Drow. Gray.
High elf for sure.
High elf. All right. High elf. All right. So Reptar is as you say, like, hey, I got this gig, and he's like, Yeah, I got a note delivered about it. Apparently, you're working for Trin right now.
That's the plan.
All right, cool. I mean, he's paying your wages. We're cool with it. Just make sure the guild gets its cut.
Oh yeah, you will.
All right, good speed, man.
Thanks.
Uh, all right. Anything the other two of you? I assume Misery, you guys are taking on a few extra supplies to feed the 3 extra members for the time it'll take.
Say that again?
I'm assuming you're taking on a few extra supplies to feed the 3 new people on your ship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason we have to wait to leave.
Okay.
Didn't get enough supplies.
And
You weren't
Harmony, are you
expecting
just
extra
gonna?
passengers?
Are you just headed back to take a
I
nap on the roof again?
I'm just kind of going to walk in, grab my stuff. As I'm exiting the door, I'm like, bye. And then I'm just going to hang out. I'm going to try sneaking onto her ship.
Okay.
Okay. I want Whiff on lookout.
You want Whiff on lookout. All right. I'm going to go ahead
Big explode if
and
anyone sneaks on.
since we're moving to the
Yeah.
ship, I'm going to go ahead and move us to the ship map. So I think we're lagging. Nope. All right. What do I need to do? I hit the button. I hit the thing.
I can see the map right now.
Okay, you guys can see it. It's not changing for me.
Okay, so what you have to do is you actually have to physically click on that tab.
Okay. Thank you. All right, there we go. It is loading. It's a little pixelated on mine because mine's the one everybody sees. So I want to scroll out here, and I've removed the chat from the side, so we've got a little more room to. Oh, come on, you're not.
Sure.
Is it control? No, that's how I zoom. And I just made you guys bigger. Is it Alt that did that? The side scrolling? Nope. Whoa, that's not what we want. Think I might have lost you guys. You guys
Hey.
back? Sorry about there. I hit the wrong button and
Hello.
I hit the wrong button and it just like, nope, we're taking you out of that. Okay, I need to I've zoomed in the browser. So I need to do that. There we go. All right, there's the ship. I just found a nice ship map online that I felt kind of fit the size. So you can see here, this is the main deck. This is the deck that would be exposed to the air. This is the mid deck. This is underneath of it. So you've got sort of a bunk room here where I think most of the crew would be. I think some of your crew might normally be in these. I'm sorry. I forget that you guys can't see my pointer. So here's the bunk room. So this is the main deck where everybody's going to be on top, right? That kind of a thing. And you have a couple of ballistas for defense here. You have the bunk room, which I think is where most of the crew would be. You probably have a couple that use these quarters, but I think at this point you probably would ask them to move out for your guests, as it were. This is, I think, storage here. And this is the lower deck where you have more storage and that kind of stuff. And then down here is Misery, your quarters, which sort of sits on the back of this. I'm guessing, I don't know where actually the captain's quarters is on this one. We're going to go with
The
that.
main deck is usually 2 levels, and the captain's
Yep.
quarters.
Yeah, you're right.
is-
And here's the it's been a while since I've dealt with that. Here are the stairs. So the captain's quarters is basically under this. This
Yeah,
right there, though, is your helm.
Sounds great.
So let me explain a little bit about some airship travel and all of that. So the airships have to, the fragments are sort of contained by a shell, a sort of magic field, and the airships have to go through that, which is part of what the crystals that they use to travel help them do. They also need crystals to basically fly, right? They don't get up off the ground without crystals in their levitation engine, which is actually the engine itself is going to be down on the lower deck. This is a generic map, so it doesn't have a levitation engine there, as would the crystal storage, probably in this room here, because it's a one-way in, one-way out. Crystals are quite expensive. As we've talked about, by the way, the economy is based on crystals, so you're not being paid 5,000 gold. You're being paid 5,000 shards because that's what they use as a representative of their currency. So basically, the equivalent of a gold is a coin that is called a shard. The equivalent of a copper is a coin called a sliv. There aren't any others. It's like a normal dollar system, like we use dollars and cents, just shards and shivs. So you're being paid 5,000 shards. So the crystals would your magic your crystal master, whose name I have forgotten right now.
Sorry, his name is Iakuin.
Iakuin. He would primarily be down here when you guys are doing things. Though you would have a way to communicate with him probably from a tube here. So here we are on the ship.
Cool.
I don't know if we need to have tokens as well. I don't know. Do you guys want to go that route for this or not?
Ken, I don't know. Are you planning airship combat?
I will state that there is an encounter coming up, but I already have a separate map for that handled.
Then we probably don't really need minis.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So this is the ship. So Harmony, you want to try to sneak onto this ship, huh?
Yes.
Okay, it's not very big. I would point that out. I would say it's I don't know. That's 10 feet. It's probably about 40 feet wide. So not the width, the length, but the width. But you're going to probably be coming in. Probably the way they would dock. The gangplank is going to be on this side. Hopefully you saw that ping. There's not much else to see. And there really is just a gangplank, right? There's a board that connects you to the dock. Don't fall
One
off.
way in.
Yeah. And it doesn't have a lot of railing, right? They just kind of assume. A lot of flyers, which is what people that do the ships are called, usually have some sort of small magic item that allows them to sort of return to the ship or fly for a short amount of time. It's really common. You don't want to get caught in the maelstrom, which is the sort of soup that as I've described before, that all the fragments float in. It can cause madness in humans or other creatures. Yes, yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me. Thank you, dude man. So you don't want to fall off, right? That's a bad thing.
Hey,
Plus,
we explicitly stated that Chelsea.
oh, you hung up on us, Damien. I think we lost him. Come back.
Damien, no.
Yeah, I think my internet freaked out there for a second.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised mine isn't
Isn't
freaking out.
everyone's?
No, mine seems to be doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Considering
my
I've got-
internet's usually pretty good. I think just it might have spiked there for a sec.
I mean, considering I've got all of you guys coming in and going back out, I'm pretty impressed. Hopefully, they don't start charging me extra for this stuff. So, but
Just know that they will.
yeah, but getting lost in the maelstrom is bad. It causes madness. Plus, gravity after you get away from, like, if you fall off a ship that's in between fragments, not near a fragment, you're not going to fall as much as just drift, right? There's no gravity out there. Gravity only seems to work near the fragments, and the ships somehow have magic gravity. So,
Yes, another physics-based question for you.
yep. That one I will refer you to the Spelljammer expansion, though I'm not doing it quite the same way as Spelljammer. So there, D&D has already answered physics in space. Ha ha ha.
Suck it.
Physics and magic space. Spelljammer is
Because magic,
weird
that's why.
and fun. Anyway, so I wanted to explain that. The other thing to note, as we're moving into this, the fragments actually are constantly moving. They're not static in the maelstrom. So all the major fragments have locator beacons. So your navigator is going to be basically trying to find the Burnham locator beacon, and that's how you will get there. That also means travel time between two fragments changes from time to time. It's not always a set amount because these fragments move and shift. For the most part, thankfully, these fragments don't collide, but it has happened in the past.
Don't we have like some sort of arbitrary, like the bandits are coming in this many days, though?
You don't necessarily know. You know before by harvest, sort of a thing. But you don't know how long harvest is. You assume they probably sent you out with these ideas that you would get there before harvest. So,
That would be the hope anyway.
yep. Well, unless you guys do something really crazy out of left field, I plan to get you there by harvest, because otherwise, why did I hire you to do this? But we'll see. You guys might decide to, I don't know, break into something that I'm not expecting, or assassinate
Wow.
someone, or hire up a new, like, hey, I'm gonna go take this guy because I know there's a bounty on him. Wait, what?
What? No. Do the other roundy first.
Yeah,
No side
yeah.
quests.
One job at a time. So Whiff is your monk, yes?
Yeah.
Monks have pretty good perception, so I think I know how I'm going to handle that. What does your cloak do?
Perception is disadvantage, and stealth for me is advantage.
Well, I guess she's not going to get advantage on the perception. She's just going to get normal. Because if I give her advantage and then the cloak has a disadvantage, they wash. So it's just
It
normal
cancels
roll.
out. Yay!
But go ahead and roll your stealth roll. Let's see if Whiff can tell if you are there. I'm going to assume no, because I don't think your plus 13 beats. Well, I don't have a modifier for her, but her 8. So even if
That's
you
18 plus 13.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've snuck onto the ship, what are you doing? She's, let's say, Whiff is right here, on the foredeck there, kind of paying attention somewhat. She's not like actively, really heavily looking around, but she's there. So
Is there like a mast with a crow's nest?
there is not. So the part of the reason I chose this model, because I think it helps. Note that these side masts, airships have masts to the side, so you can help sort of navigate. Dude Man says, being a DM is like herding cats. You have, I was going to say you have no idea, but if you just said that, you have an idea. DMing is like herding cats. Yes, big cats with teeth sometimes too. Who are deliberately trying to muck up your plans. Jim, if you're watching, I'm thinking of you, Monkey Wrencher. I'm assuming he's not. I haven't been pinged. I think my friends are actually playing Civ on Discord while we're doing this. That's normally what we do at during the evenings. So, anyways, the masts are out at the side usually on these airships, so it helps them steer. So there aren't usually, some of them have them, but this kind of small airship does not have a central mast. So there's not a crow's nest. This is an open space here.
I'll go perch on top of one of the masts then. I'll go.
Okay.
Real quick, part of what Whiff does is going from like every part of the ship to every part of the ship to get all sides, to know everything. She's very agile, and she jumps from place to place very quickly.
Much like the noble frog.
These are kind of mostly your NPCs. I'm not going to do too much. I'll roleplay them, but yes, you it's your ship. You get to decide what they do. So my bet would be that I doubt. We'll do a couple more perception rolls, but I highly doubt she's going to get through a plus 13 stealth.
With advantage.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Probably the plus 3 I gave her isn't going to be good enough though, because as a monk she would, especially if you have her up watch, I would assume that she has proficiency. So she probably has more like a plus 10, but that 15 still wasn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
But we'll do, because are you Harmony? Are you coming up early evening, late night, morning? When are you coming up? When are you sneaking on?
Probably late afternoon, early evening.
Late afternoon, early evening. Okay, so not much after your meeting. You're really just like, all right, I'm ready to go, and I'm going to get on the ship right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give Whiff 3 more rolls to see, and this is over the course of the entire night, to see if she sees you, because her job is to keep watch. And as Misery is telling us, she jumps around from mast to mast and ship to ship, so that kind of a thing. Go ahead and give me 3 rolls. We'll see if any of what Whiff can do here can beat you. I doubt it, but
That was a 19.
Okay, so that one's not gonna happen.
That's 12 plus 13.
Not gonna happen.
Not 20.
Whiff has no idea she's there. Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? Freaking rogue. Also,
Rogue.
shadow assassin. Like that's her job is to hide, right? So
Guess it's fair. I didn't plan for that
no,
as a discovery vessel.
yeah, no. And apparently they
Being
haven't
invaded by
taught her-
rogues on a regular basis.
Yeah. Apparently they haven't done a good job of teaching her normal social graces, anyways. So since she just sneaks onto people's houses and ships and such.
And all that fun stuff.
We have to have your master teach you etiquette. So you okay?
Swallowed rotten.
All right. So the morning comes. Are you going to reveal yourself, or are you waiting for other people, or how are you handling that, Harmony?
I'll wait.
You'll wait. Okay. Well, Mina's there pretty early. If you guys set a time of like 7 a.m., she's there 10 minutes early, right? She's a farmer, so getting up early is her thing anyways. So she's ready to go. She has a duffel bag and is waiting on the harbor like 10 minutes before 7. Let's say you just decided 7 o'clock is a sort of set time to gather.
Works for me.
She's...
Though I am fully hungover.
I didn't ask what you were doing over the evening. I should check back up and see what the rest of you were doing over the evening. So, Theoden is just going and getting himself drunk.
Yeah, might as well. Celebratory before I leave. I'm gonna drink. I mean, I'm fine because I'm a dwarf, but I am definitely hungover, which means I get pissed off easily. Future bandits.
I would hope by the time you get there that your hangover is over. But sorry, there's some Dude Man and Hoodroy are. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hoodroy are having a conversation. Just checking in.
Did I know what that means? All right.
Yep. You can see you see the chat, but you can't type into it, Damien.
I don't have a Twitch account, so yeah.
Okay. We might over time might be worth you guys if we can get you.
Oh, I'll get one. I just didn't have one before this.
Yeah,
so.
Cool, no problem. I'm not gonna worry about it today. But that way,
Yeah.
if we get more people, we can all kind of keep up on it, so we can chat because that's kind of fun to have.
Yeah, so I've just been keeping an eye on it and talking, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Thank you for letting me know when I couldn't see it because I had it behind a window on one of my other displays. So,
I also am occasionally checking to see what the other people are seeing.
Cool. Let me know if it ever looks bad or something. So far, I've got the broadcast software up here and it looks good. So,
Yeah, it's been going good so far. Yeah.
Cool.
So just a few drinks.
Okay. Misery, did you do anything or just go crash in your cabin like you normally would?
No, we got all of our stuff, crashed in my cabin, got Bath back to where she
Yeah,
me
no.
and the bosun.
She left Trin's estate with you. Like she wasn't. Yeah. So after you guys finished planning with Mina, you met up with her, and she was like, "Yeah, no, it was nice. Anya's a good conversationalist." So, and they have some pretty good orc whiskey there. It's
I do want to give Mina one of the better beds.
Okay.
Because I feel really bad for her.
Yeah. I mean, I think your crew are pretty. They're not used to having passengers. It's not what your ship does. But they're more than willing. So damn, I don't have the names up. Is your Crystal Master your second in command, or is that should be a Quartermaster? Do you have a Quartermaster?
I guess it would just be I have Crystal Master, Bosun, Master Gunner, and then Whiff is just like a general crew member, so I don't know who I would have as.
Based on the fact that you bring Bath around, I would say Bath would act as your second in command.
Okay.
And
That's what I was assuming.
Yeah, and I think she's more than willing to give up her cabin for Mina. She'll sleep in the bunk room with some of the others. I think like you guys could put people in the bunk room, crew members, or you can put them in, and because I think actually looking at it, there are 3 cabins there, and you have 4 crew members, right? Plus you.
Yeah.
So I think basically one of those crew members uses the bunk room. The other each have their own cabin. So yeah, Bath is more than happy to let Mina have her cabin, which is the largest one. It's the only one with its own head. Everybody else has got to kind of slum it. Do you have Theoden and or planning to have Theoden and Harmony bunk down in the bunk room, or are you going to give them access to a bunk or to a cabin?
I feel like I don't know them that well yet, and I want like maybe my crew to be around them
Okay.
for a bit. Yeah.
So
Mina just like got to my heart, so I want her to have a good room.
So she's in the so the other two will be in the bunk room with Bath. Who else uses the bunk room? As we said, one other crew member would use that. I think your Crystal Master probably has his own cabin.
Oh yeah. And I think probably Whiff shares the bunk room too. Orin he doesn't like people very much, so.
Okay. It means that Theoden is going to be the only male in the bunk room.
Theoden is setting up his own hammock on the deck.
So Theoden just comes up onto the... Well, first of all, let's deal with Mina, because I think Mina gets there before Theoden.
Oh, for sure.
Because she was there 10, 15 minutes before time.
And she's also not hungover, so...
Nope. She's just waiting at the dock with her duffel. She's kind of waiting for you to invite her in. Like, you can tell that she wants to come on, but she's not going to board your ship without permission.
She's not me.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, so, wait. So I let Mina know, she can have her own cabin if she wishes.
So you're saying she can come on to the ship? We're still there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're coming with us. We're going home. We're going to your home.
And she
You
trots
can
down. She
absolutely have
says,
your own cabin.
she trots down and says, "Well, where you're from Burnham too? Where are you from on Burnham?"
I don't know, where am I from?
So depending, do you want to be from one of the larger cities or from a smaller village?
I'll probably be from one of the larger cities.
Okay. Give me a moment. Whoop. I actually don't know whether or not that popped up over there. Does it? No, it doesn't, because that's not a browser window. Hang on a second. I need to pull up my map of it because I have it loaded, but I'm not looking at it right now. So the major cities, the capital city is. Hang on, I gotta zoom in, and once we get there, you'll see this map. You're not gonna let me zoom in. That's interesting. The capital city is Katter. There's also Troon, Kilda, and Rothsay that are the major cities.
I'd probably just say I'm from the capital city.
Okay, so Katter. Cadder. So she says, "Oh, yeah. Do you plan to visit your family while you're back on Burnham? As you're leading her down to show her the cabin."
I am not sure my mother is so interested in seeing me, and family's hard. You know how it is.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't. We don't have too many family problems. We have external problems to deal with. So, but I've heard stories. I've read a few books. The traveling librarians bring us books and stories so we can read.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds like somebody's eating dinner out of the three of you. I'm guessing it's going to be Jessica since I can't see what the
you can
other two
actually
are doing.
see what we're doing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm waiting on dinner till after we're done, just because the DM does not need to be hoarding food into his mouth while he's trying to talk.
Yeah, you do the most talking, so you don't really have time to anyway.
Yeah, no, and that's also, I respect our audience. I don't want them hearing me smacking around.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying you guys are disrespecting it by what you're. That's fine. I'm just saying.
My family already ate dinner.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the wife and the mother-in-law have eaten dinner already. I may be wrong. I can hear somebody in the kitchen behind me again. So, thankfully, I do not need any more water, so I don't have to try to get the disembodied person behind the curtain to help me. But she, yeah. So she's like, "Wow, you're letting me use this whole cabin?"
Oh, absolutely. You and I are we're, Cadmos, right? So,
Wow, she's kind of big eyed and sets her duffel bag down and kind of explores a little and says, "Wow, my room at home's not even this big."
yeah, this is definitely one of the better cabins on the ship.
Well, thank you. Is there anything I can do to help?
You probably have done as much as you can, to be honest. So, you just relax.
All right. Well, you know where I'll be. So she kind of sits down at the bed and kind of just looks a little awestruck at the whole thing. So
Okay. Get some rest, or I guess it's morning. So,
yeah, it feels weird not
Don't
to
get
have
too
anything
bored.
to do. So, well, if you have anything you need, like I can swab the deck or something. I'm used to doing work.
I mean, technically, we don't have a set person to swap the decks right now. So, honestly, if you'd be willing,
Sure, just show me where the stuff is.
yeah, okay. It's in the back room. Just back.
I'm assuming you mean this back room.
Yep.
So she's like, great, and she goes and pulls that stuff up and brings it up on deck all on her own. And I think that's right about the time that the hungover Theradin is. Do you wait to be asked aboard, or do you just
I just kind of walk up.
you just kind of just as the drunken Theradin is or not drunken hungover is trundling down your gangplank with? Or do you have a duffel bag too, or
Yeah, I've got a bag over my shoulder. It's got like camping
Backpack?
supplies and stuff. Yeah,
a normal D&D backpack?
yeah.
So don't ask me why the farmer gets a duffel bag and you guys have to use backpacks. It's just the way it is.
My
I have
backpack
decreed
is good.
it. And she Mina smiles up at you and then sort of heads up to the bow of the ship to start swabbing up there. She also smiles at Theradin.
He kind of just waves.
All right, I'll let you two kind of take it from here because I'm assuming you have a conversation to have.
Yeah, I just kind of come up on deck and I'm like, where should I put my stuff?
Well, if you go down to the mid deck and you kind of take a right, there's a room with a lot of beds in it, and you can go right in there.
Yeah, sure, why not? And then I go down there. I kind of just take in the room, just kind of shake my head, step outside, and I set my hammock probably like here.
No, just strung up between like the two sides of the wall there.
Or something like that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a dwarf, I'm compact, I don't take up a lot of space.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. That's whatever. I mean, I don't care. It's not my ship. So, we'll see if someone else's care, but not my ship, so I don't care that much.
Yeah, I follow him down and I say, actually, you can put your stuff in the cupboards by the beds assigned to you.
I'll be good right here.
You're not taking a bed?
Don't need it. Thanks, though.
Okay. Okay. We'll figure something out for you.
I think you probably would know that hammocks are pretty common on a lot of ships. You're pretty rare that you've got little bunks instead of hammocks. Though I think probably actually knowing Whiff as an air genasi, she probably actually has a hammock because that way, it works right for her. So, all right. So as far as you know, everybody's there but Harmony.
I just feel like we're missing someone.
Oh, don't worry. She's here somewhere.
Wow, is she? Can I find her?
Almost for sure.
You guys are on the mid deck. Where are you at this moment, Harmony?
I'm probably still just hanging out in the sail.
All right. So you're in one of the masts.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like a game. I'm gonna go find her.
I probably strung up a hammock up there and half of my stuff just, hanging there with me, watching them.
Okay. Are you trying to be extra stealthy, or are you going to let them find you? Because pretty much, I don't think anybody here has the perception to find you if you don't want to be found.
Yeah, my perception score is decent, but it's not good enough to beat a rogue at this level.
I'm going to like toss a rock at Misery.
Okay.
See how long it takes her to
Roll to
find
miss.
the...
I was going to say, yeah, roll to hit. Just don't Peter Pan the sail, Dude Man says. No, that would be bad. You'd go in circles. So,
No, steering's gone.
but yes, roll to hit. I would say you probably have proficiency throwing things because that's pretty normal for rogues. So
For rock throwing.
17.
17.
Or- yeah.
Yep. Does that hit your?
Does that mean you definitely hit me, or you were trying to like miss me but get my attention?
Good question.
Kind of
Go ahead.
for my
I want-
first few throws, I'd probably like try hitting something next to you to see how long it takes you to realize. And if you're still not realizing, I'd probably just throw it.
I
at
roll
you.
to catch the rock.
Do I roll to notice things she's throwing?
What's your passive perception?
13.
17.
I think. I don't think you notice Misery, but Theoden, you hear the rock clink right next to like a barrel, or there's no barrels on the main deck. But we'll.
I also have the alert feat, so that's a thing.
Remind me what that does. I don't have the book in front of me.
Basically, I can't be surprised, and creatures don't gain advantage on me from hitting. Also, I get a bonus to initiative.
Okay, it's not gonna really. I mean, you're not being surprised. Like you notice, you hear it, right?
Yeah.
You hear this clink clink and realize that it's coming from the sails. So, but Misery doesn't quite, because it didn't quite. It was higher than her passive perception.
I'll kind of just bump her and like point in that direction.
Okay.
I look in that direction.
Again, Harmony, are you
I'm waving.
okay? There you go. She's
I'm down there.
Yes, all by yourself. You found her.
she's out on your sail, and it sounds like you set up a hammock as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Chelsea's like, what is it with people in hammocks?
I'm just like, I'll be honest, it's probably dangerous to put a hammock out at the edge of one of the sails. Like you could fall off, or there are creatures in the maelstrom that will definitely look to you as food. And you would know this. This is not uncommon.
Yeah.
I say that exact thing to her. I say, hey, that's probably dangerous, and there are creatures out there that definitely will think you're food.
You will be food.
I'm good for now.
Okay, but you should really be careful. You could get eaten. We have rooms. I can give you a room.
I'm not talking.
I've noticed.
This is fascinating. I will never understand this woman.
Yeah. So, everybody's on board, planning to shove off.
I mean, I feel really hesitant with someone swinging from a hammock in the crow's nest.
Well, the sails. You don't have a crow's nest.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not sure
sails.
I'm not sure if you were there for that. You don't have a mast that sticks out the top. You have the masts with the sails go to the
yeah.
side.
Yeah, just like on the map, like right there.
Yep.
It I mean I think I've am experienced enough that I would feel pretty uncomfortable with someone just hanging out there while we take off.
Oh, I'm not debating
Unless
that
it-
one.
Whiff.
Yeah. Whiff is probably doing whatever. Oh, she's your general random. She's probably pulling the gangplank in while your Crystal Master is getting set up. Dude Man is asking, are there griffins and other such aerial predators in our world? There are, but mostly like griffins that would have to land would be on the fragments. There are special creatures that deal with the maelstrom itself who have no legs. They are permanently born in the air and fly. I'll probably
They
have
don't
you.
need legs.
Yeah, because there's no way for them to land. Some of them use some of the fragments as places to breed, but I have special monsters I created just for the fragment. But yeah, griffins, dragons, the whole thing. They are there as well. So
Yeah, Theoden doesn't mess with the maelstrom.
no, it's a bad idea. There is something out there called a maelstrom leviathan, which is a like makes a blue whale seem small. You know, it's known to just swallow airships whole when it's bored or hungry. You know, so and that's the biggest thing. There are smaller things out there too. So,
You know, I don't think Bath will be especially happy about someone hanging out on the masts either.
no, I think she's kind of tapping her foot at that one. And
Look, if Harmony gets eaten by a dragon or a leviathan, that's her problem. Okay.
I think at this point is actually where what's the crystal name? Eo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He comes up
Yeah,
and
cool.
to kind of do a once over, and he says, "Wait, no, we can't have somebody out on that mast. It's going to throw off the weight ratio. We're going to end up drifting to the side. You need come on, you can't be out there."
I can put my stuff on the other one, and I'll be here.
No, just to the dock. You can't stay on the mast. Have you never been on a ship before?
Probably not, actually.
Actually, she probably has quite a bit, a few times.
At this, I'm probably just trying to mess with them.
Yeah, maybe not one this small. No, we can't leave till you get off the mast, man. They're not designed to hold a person. I don't care how sneaky elvish you are. Get off my mast.
I can get a very comfortable room set up for you.
She can dangle the hammock off the back of the ship if she really wants to.
Okay.
Dude man wants me to call the guard. I'm not sure you guys want the guard involved in this one. The guard at Zalona is interesting. So
Yeah, is Zalona run by a thieves guild?
no, it's actually run by a dragon.
Okay.
And the watch has its own place. It's just the thieves guild just has a service by where if you pay them protection money, they won't rob you. They're a syndicated. It's kind of like insurance. You pay them insurance, then you don't get robbed. It's great.
And then you don't need insurance from them.
Well, no, as long as you're paying the insurance, you won't get robbed. And if you get robbed by someone else, they will pursue that person for you, right? So it's robbery insurance. They won't rob you, and an unlicensed thief that does, they will then pursue that unlicensed thief to recover your money as well as probably kill them because that's not allowed.
Do I pay for this? I feel like it's something I would be paying for.
Yeah, you probably, if you are regular in Zalona, probably get because you can get like a day pass, a monthly pass. You probably get like a weekly pass when you come in for the week. So you probably have one, so they wouldn't. You probably actually pay a little extra so they don't rob your ship. 'Cause
Yeah.
people that have own businesses and such would probably have an extra thing. By the way, this is legal. This isn't some sort of like mafia racket. This is legally endorsed by the patrician who is the head of the city, who is well known to be a very, very old amethyst dragon by the name of Hieronymus Vosh. 10 points if someone can figure out where I got that name from. So remember, the points don't matter, but
Points don't matter. Anyway, I think after Harmony gets her stuff off the mast, we leave.
yeah, like the Crystal Master Ia has no problems with you dangling it over the side like here, right? If that's where you want to be, that's perfectly fine. But you need to be off his mast, or he's not going to take the ship anywhere. So,
Okay.
all right. All right. So after you sort that out and get her dangling off the edge of your ship there on the back, he begins doing the calculations and brings it out, and the ship sort of spins out and quickly pulls away from Zalona and pierces into the maelstrom from the shield. And about 20 minutes later, you guys are cruising at a decent clip. He pops up and says, "So based on the nav point and all that jazz, I think it's going to take us about 3 days to get to Burnham. It's relatively close."
Okay.
So I'll go down and monitor the 11.
Thank you, Ia.
He tips his, does he wear a hat?
Yeah, he wears a big fancy hat.
He tips his hat
His fancy hat.
at you, and also gives a wink to Mina before he heads back down.
Ooh.
So she giggles a little as she's swabbing. She's probably at this point already made it back. Like she's finishing up toward the back of the forecastle up here. She's a hard worker. It's what she does. So it was quick for her to do this. So, what does a normal day look like as you guys are traveling?
So He just constantly, he's checking up on the crystal. He's checking up on navigation. Sometimes he'll come and chat with me. Bath is always looking over every part of the ship to make sure things are working right, and then
Okay.
she'll like sit and chat kind of therapeutically with crew members to make sure they're doing okay. Oren, he's our master gunner, so he really doesn't do a whole lot. He mainly sleeps. He sleeps a lot.
So he basically runs these two ballistas on the side, right? This one and
Yeah.
that one. So, because you don't have
Yeah.
gunpowder as much as ballistas. Ballistas are more common. They don't.
Mhm.
Most airships do not like the idea of fire, so they don't like gunpowder.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, fire bad.
Fire bad.
Yeah.
Because unlike normal seagoing ships, there's no water to put it out.
These are airships.
Yeah.
I
So
think-
Theoden definitely
For-
doesn't choose everyone's on watch, so I am constantly on watch.
Yeah, so Oren, he basically is just happy to be getting paid for doing very little because he's kind of just a just in case person, just in
Right.
case crew member.
right.
And then she's just a very like athletic, agile person. She hangs out on the masts and watches things, and then she'll jump around the ship and watch things, and
Okay.
we just hang out.
So towards the I've got two things they're gonna happen while you're in transit. We are gonna have some combat because it's been almost 2.5 hours and you guys haven't done many rolls.
Yeah.
It seems to be normal for our group because our MI13 we don't do a lot of rolls either. Though that
Yeah.
game isn't as roll
That's
heavy.
also
as
a
D&D.
different system.
Yeah,
It
that
is,
doesn't
it
roll a
is.
lot. And
Uh,
this is like the first session where we have to set up all the stuff. So.
Yeah. So towards the before lunch on the second day, you hear a I guess well, where are you? You've had breakfast. Mina's probably swabbed the deck again. Like your deck has never looked this clean.
It's amazing.
And she's just taking it. You're right there, Theoden.
Yeah, and I am on watch because Theoden is slow to trust others,
Okay.
especially about kind of things that could like end up killing him, like being on watch.
Fair enough. I think the ship itself is like the cleanest and the most organized it has ever looked. In less than 24 hours, she has literally cleaned every surface she could get her hands on, organized it, refiled your storage so that it's much more efficient. She's used to work and is happy to help. Like
Can I hire her?
you can talk. She tells you. She says, "Well, I mean, I'm going to be needed for the harvest, but I suppose you could ask my father afterwards. He would be the one to make that decision." So
Your father?
Well, yeah, it's his farm. So I
Mm,
mean, he needs us there. He wouldn't let my brother go when he wanted to. So
okay. See what I can do. Do
You know-
you want to be on this ship or do you want to be on a farm?
that's a tough choice. I mean, I grew up on the farm, and that's what my life is. But this is kind of fun. I mean,
It gets better too.
I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it.
Okay.
Hire my NPC. So Théoden, you are just on deck watching. Where is Harmony?
I'm like sneaking up on people to try and scare them.
Wow, wow. Okay.
She is chaotic neutral, almost for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
You might get shot, just so you know.
Yeah, the other dwarf on here apparently is packing. He's a gunslinger.
The ones that I know are like those ones I wouldn't try scaring them. I just kind of stand there until they notice me. Like that's my version of scaring is just standing there until they notice me.
What's the? I need to keep writing these names down. What's the gunslinger's name? Is it Oren?
He's like the gunnery officer,
Orin.
right?
Yeah.
Orin.
Orin.
I think you catch him late the first day. He's up on watch. You catch him the first day, and he just holy got it, and he pulls the gun on you. And but don't do that ever
Sneak up on a dwarf.
again. Or next time I will pull this trigger. puts the gun away
I
and
was
kind
just standing here.
of. No, you snuck up on me. No. Sneaky person snuck onto the boat and snuck behind Io the other like an hour ago. I saw you do that. I was watching. Keep my eye on you, sneaky elf. And he wanders off towards the. But anyways, that happened the night before. So, Misery, where are you?
I think I'm in the captain's cabin most
Okay.
of the time, just trying to like,
Down here.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to put things together with like the bandits. I'm just so confused as to why the resistance wouldn't help Mina, but this really expensive agent would.
I think the answer Mina gave to you about the resistance makes sense. They're relatively new. They're very ragtag and strung out, and it makes sense. I think for you that they may not be able to have the resources to help a small struggling town when they're working on trying to take strongholds back from the Perel and dealing with the Perel troops who have a lot of Dragonborn in their ranks, particularly chromatic. The Perel, the house. We should probably take a moment and give that piece of history. I just realized we haven't given this piece of history yet. So let me back up also another thing. The basic government of this world is that there is an emperor and a bunch of great houses. Excuse me. If any of our audience members have read the book Dune by Frank Herbert, this world is loosely based on that political system. So you have an emperor who has a certain level of power, and there's a balance of terror between him and the great houses of the Parliament of Blades, it is called. And there are major houses and minor houses. One of the minor houses recently was stripped of rank by the emperor. It's pretty rare that the emperor can do that. That is House Bohan. So they fell. So there was a slot open as a minor house. Both House Cadmos and House Perel basically petitioned to be allowed to advance into one of the minor houses. And there are 20 minor houses and 10 major houses. So this was about 5 years ago. So this has not been very long. And it looked like the vote was going to swing towards the Cadmos. And in a kind of defiance or something, the Perel attacked and occupied Burnham, thereby basically removing the Cadmos from being able to execute their position as a great house. And the nature of the way that the laws work, nobody else really could do anything about it. So the Perel were awarded this seat on the Parliament of Blades. And so the Cadmos are now a renegade house on their own fragment, basically. The Perel are kind of looked down upon by certain houses because they worship Tiamat, who is the chromatic dragon queen, the five-headed, lawful, evil queen of chromatic dragons. So while they are a human house, they do have a lot of chromatic dragonborn and drakes and some dragons that work for them through that. So that's who's occupying Burnham, which is the name of the Cadmos fragment. I think that covers everything at this point. So, but the resistance, as I said, since it's only about 5 years since this happened, they're relatively new at this. The leader of the house, who I have here somewhere, by the way, it is my own world, but I did pay to get the PDF that I created printed because I spent an entire summer building the PDF and then didn't properly proofread it, as those of you who have seen the PDF can tell. I won't make it publicly available, though, because there's some material that I took from copyrighted sources that I didn't properly note, and it doesn't matter because we were using it for personal. And I'm not going to tell you what is copyrighted and what is not.
You're supposed to be getting a Dune vibe.
Yep.
Dude, man.
Yeah, there should be a Dune vibe, but it's a little different from there. The leader of your people is Layard Connell. Layard is his title. So it's a Scottish word for lord. There's a kind of Celtic Scottish theme going on with this house. But Connell is the leader of your people, and he is sort of trying to get this resistance up and running. And you know that it's just they're barely up and running. So it isn't unusual that they wouldn't be able to help a small struggling farm with some bandits. You know they would like to, but it's not something that for them is probably going to be viable at this point. They've got to get some momentum on this resistance going. So,
I guess it just seems to me like it wouldn't be viable for anyone. So I'm wondering why this guy has such an interest in it.
that you'll have to figure out on your own.
Yeah.
I've given you all that you know, so now there might be more clues later, but right now. So, anyways,
Yeah.
So as you guys are where you have stated, so I think if I remember right, Theoden, you were or Tharadin, not Theoden, you were right there. Harmony, where are you
We're not in Lord of the Rings.
specifically?
Right now I'm probably
So if you put your mouse on the map and then just hold it down, there you go.
There.
Perfect. Okay, so you're on the bow. And Misery, we've decided you're in the cabin back here.
I'm flying, Jack. I'm flying.
Nice. So this as you guys are there, all of you, everyone hear a loud crack of thunder. So Misery, you and the crew know what this means. This means a what is called a storm ray. I have a picture. I realized I could load this up digitally, but I didn't figure it out because I have to change to a new scene on the broadcast software. So that's what this looks like. It is significantly sized, like it probably has a 30-foot wingspan to give you a sense of how big this thing is. You actually see several of them. They are at a distance. They don't seem to be too interested in you guys. They're just sort of floating by. But they're about the only maelstrom creatures you have seen. But they have every so often you see one send out a burst because actually as you begin to watch, we'll do this. You see them send out a burst of electricity because there's a pod of what do I call them? Sky seals, which look like that, sort of flying ahead of them. So I realize it's probably very small for everybody. In the future,
Yeah.
I will. I'm still learning the broadcast software. There's a way for me to pull up images, but I didn't have it preset. So, hey, we got someone new. Hey, Stormrage. You should be familiar with the Shattered Lands. You were one of my past players. So was Scoob Supreme, who was on earlier. But thanks for joining us. They've just seen some storm rays, which I don't think you guys ever encountered. But they're not that interested in you guys, but there's just sort of an atmospheric thing, something to see as you guys are sailing.
Theoden still has a hand on his hammer.
Okay. They kind of drift by. One drifts kind of close to sort of inspect, but when it realizes that you are made of wood and not fleshy
Sky
things,
Seal?
Yep, not Sky Seal, not fleshy things to eat, it drifts off and the whole pod of them. So that was the second day. The third day, though, we do have an encounter. So it is say afternoon, about 3:00. You're getting close to Burnham. You can actually see the fragment at a distance. It's very small at this point, but you can see it coming up. You've seen some others at distance as you've passed fragments. So Theoden, you're on watch. Are you guys just letting him do it, or is Whiff still also?
Whiff is definitely still there.
So Theoden, give me a perception roll. We'll see which one of you get it.
Gladly. Nat 20, so 27 total.
27 total. She rolled a 14. By the way, Stormrage says, pro tip, setting your problems on fire drastically reduces your problems. He played a character that had a affinity for fire and burned a lot of things in the game.
No. Fire bad on airship. We've been over this.
Yes, it is bad on airship, although he found it's very good when you have another airship.
There you go.
So,
Well, yes,
speaking of-
you want to use fire.
yeah, speaking of Theoden, you see another ship headed towards you. It is flying pirate colors.
Great. Is the friggin' gunnery dwarf on deck right now?
No, I think he's actually downstairs. He's playing solitaire.
Is there a bell that I can like ring or something to like?
Well, she
let
raises the
him
alarm. I
know
go to the nearest.
specifically that there's danger.
Melissa.
Wait, two people talking at once. My answer to Misery is that if you want there to be a bell, there's a bell. It's your ship.
Yeah, there's a bell that is specific for only danger that I got after Orin joined.
All right, so you start ringing that bell, and what are you doing, Theoden?
I run to the nearest ballista.
Okay. So they're back here as we've said. Oop, that didn't quite.
Yeah,
There
so
we go.
whichever one is on the side that the pirate ship's coming towards.
Great. So Orin, the dwarf gunner, to help since Storm Rage is new. Yeah, I would love to do the Pirates of the Caribbean battle music, dude, man, but I'm pretty sure that would get us taken down for copyright infringement.
Yeah, this is a live stream, so while I am
Yeah.
listening to epic music that's definitely copyrighted right now, I can't share that with you guys.
Yeah, go ahead and pop it up on your own speakers and play it over us, and assume that that's what you're hearing. So,
There you go.
Good. Orin takes the other. So I will. The ship is headed your way. It's a bigger ship than you guys. But you can go ahead and squeeze off a shot and see what happens. Just roll to hit using your normal ranged attack.
My normal ranged attack. So
Yep.
can I use? Do I have to use dexterity for that, or can I use?
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna say dexterity because it's. I mean, I don't think you're.
Oh, that's fine. I did not dump dex.
Yeah.
It's not my main stat, but I can fire a bow. So
Go for it. So yeah. No,
do I have
it's
proficiency?
You're a fighter, so oddly enough, I'm going to say yes. Somehow fighters have
I
proficiency.
would say
in
because
just
it
about
literally
everything.
says fighter, you just get to fight stuff and you get everything.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the Crap Guide to D&D from Joe Cast?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
To make-
then
I made my fighter more fightery.
yes. So
Anyway, I got a 24 to hit.
all right. You see the sorry, there's a chat actually debating to develop on our chat for once. You see the ballista bolt slam into the side of the ship, but it's not enough to really stop them. And they come up on the would be the port side on this side and go ahead and set up for combat. So we're gonna move you guys over there. And now we will need tokens.
That's correct.
So I have actually already have your crew set up. So here, nope, there's Orin. So we'll put you guys
Wait,
in
we
a
do
moment.
have cannons. That's cool.
Pardon?
We do have cannons. That's cool.
You don't. You have ballistas. The pirate ship.
Oh,
on
that's
the
very
other hand.
cannons. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Orin is right there. It looks like we've got Theoden. This is Whiff. This is that is Bath, and this is Ia. So Misery and Harmony, you can pull your characters, your stuff on. You can rotate them. When you click on them, you'll see a box and a third or an extra thing sort of up that you can pull to rotate. So you can.
Yeah. And if you guys want to, you should maybe give your characters health bars, just because it's easier for everybody to see where everybody's at.
Yeah. I'm not going to give my guys health bars because I don't have them statted. I'll be winging this one, but don't worry, it's pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yar, ahoy, and other nautical phrases. Now I'm thinking of the Jaws theme, says Dude Man. Yeah, I'll go with that. Storm Rage, opposing ship sounds like a problem for fire. And again, he
Can
should
I light
know.
a crossbow bolt on fire?
You could. Yeah, I mean, I've got no problem with that one. So what you guys see on deck, I'm going to let you guys know what the combat deals with. And then before we start lighting ballistas on fire and throwing them, we'll get some rolls done.
Great. So initiative.
Yep, that's where we're headed next. But I want to tell you what you're seeing while I try to find one last D20.
No, that's fair.
I have another one. Damn. As Storm Rage would know, me being without the number of D20s I would need is kind of rare. Actually,
Yeah, you're a DM. Shouldn't you have like just all the d20s?
I do. They're on the other side of the kitchen from me. So
Oh, no.
I'll have to go get a bigger bag next time.
Yeah, I have that problem too sometimes where I'm like, yeah, I have the dice. They're just not currently here.
So you see a total of 5 pirates, and one that you're pretty sure is a mage, sort of a piratical mage. So you're gonna have to put up with some magic. Which
Hey, we have one of those.
Yep. I'm gonna actually just pull up the digital spell book I use for another one of my characters and just use that. Because yay, digital spell books. I like that.
Yeah, I've never used spell cards. I always use like an app.
Yeah, I bought spell cards and then discovered the digital spell book. At least spell cards work well for me as a DM because I can just create a couple of decks and be good.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
when I'm playing a character, I like the digital spell card or the digital
Yeah, because
stuff.
it's easier to change on the fly too.
Yeah. And it's just it tells me what it is and such. So I'll just pull that up and we'll use that.
For
So you
sure.
see 5 pirates and a mage. They are statted. Well, I have different stats for them. What I'm going to do here real quick, because I said I didn't have time to set up as much things as I normally do, is let me start creating my rubric here. Haha! As a teacher, I have rubrics.
My initiative is very good, by the way, guys.
Which should be you get a bonus.
Yeah, I have a
Um,
28 right now.
All right. And hang on a second. I'm going to roll that for them and that for them. There's a trick
So
I
I-
actually learned from Griffin McElroy from the Adventure Zone. I think, Chelsea, you've listened to some of them.
Yeah.
Their podcast. One of the things that he did, talked about one time that I adopted, is when you don't have a bad guy statted, when you need to add a bonus, you just roll like a d4, and whatever that comes up, that's the bonus you add to whatever that is. So let's do
Nice.
the roll for these guys. All right. And then
Kelsey, what's your bonus to initiative?
+1.
Ooh, so that's
Wow.
still pretty good, though.
I do have one more D. There's the other one. Okay, I thought I had.
I also rolled a 19, Chelsea, but I beat you.
Okay. So who? So we got a. What's your Theroden? Where you're at total?
28.
Anybody better than 28? Jesus.
Alert feat for the win, guys.
I'm assuming because I haven't heard
I'm
from
21.
21. Okay.
I got
That I
20.
expect. Boy, you guys are all up front. I don't think I have anybody. Hang on. 18. I do have one that's going to go.
When I said Theroden is paranoid, he's paranoid, and he gets to go first because he has +9 to initiative.
All right. And then we had a 21 that was Harmony.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Chelsea got in there late with a modified 20.
Okay, with a 20. That is Misery. And then we have the other one of those. Okay, so these guys are covered. Well, you guys are covered, so I don't have to worry about asking what you guys have. That's okay. That's that one, and then we have. This is probably riveting for the people watching. And an 8.
I'm sure that they just enjoy watching you do math.
I mean, Stormrage has watched me do this kind of math so many times, neither of us could probably come up with a good number. And Dude Man
This
plays
is hard, okay?
D&D, so he should know, and I don't know about Hoodroy. Hopefully he's still enjoying it. I haven't seen him on the chat for a while, but I hope he's enjoying it still and watching.
I don't know how to check who's actively watching right now, but I know we have 4 people.
Cool. Only 3 are talking, so or 3 have talked. So, but great for those of you that haven't talked in the chat. We're glad to have you. You don't have to. Do not feel obligated to chat. Just enjoy the show.
Just if you want to talk to us, that is how you do it.
Yep. If you want to tell us, it helps if we're having any audio or video that we can't tell. That does help us. So, Stormrage says math is always fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I do enjoy math.
This kind of math I do enjoy because it leads to me hitting things with a big hammer. But
Right. And Bigger Hammer Boy, you are up first. So
I assumed so. Okay, so if I lit a crossbow bolt on fire and just shot it at the mage.
sorry. Apparently, Dude Man doesn't like math. You.
How are you lighting it on fire?
With matches or an oil.
Tinderbox?
Yeah.
I believe actually starting a fire is it? I don't think it's a free action unless you have prestidigitation. So
well,
that would,
if it's gonna take a full action, then I'll just shoot him with a ballista. That's gonna hurt plenty.
yeah, that's what I would say. Is I think lighting it on fire would take the action because you don't have an easy way to light something on fire.
Yeah, I don't have any magic fire, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna shoot this mage in the chest twice with a ballista.
Okay. Go ahead and see what happens.
Great. Okay, so we determined that it was proficiency and dex.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so that's gonna be a modified 23.
Yeah, I mean he's a mage even at this level.
I assume a modified 23 hits, and I got that again.
Yeah, I was just writing down what his AC is, and there's no way I'm going to make it higher than that. So, the hell, let's do 2d10.
How much damage does the crossbow do?
Let's do. Well, this is a ballista. Let's do 2d10 for the ballista damage.
Plus dex,
Um,
probably.
Nah. Yes, yeah,
The
yeah.
modifiers have to be the same.
Yeah, well, it's not. My argument might be that because it's a siege weapon, it may not have a modifier added, but I'll go with it because it's basically just a big crossbow.
It's just a big crossbow. It's fine.
Hey, as usual, I'm making this stuff up as we go, so that's
Yeah.
how I
all right,
teach.
I'll
That's how I
roll-
DM.
Go ahead and roll 4d10 then.
I did. I said 2, didn't I?
Yeah, but I hit twice.
Oh, you need to tell me that you rolled again. I didn't know.
Yeah, I
that.
did. I said I got the 23 again. Did you miss
Okay.
that? Sorry.
Nope, I missed that part. So
Yeah. So that's going to be 4d10 plus 8 total because it's 2 shots.
let me take a moment before you do that and decide how many hit points he has.
Is it more than 38?
Probably because he's going to be, like a level 5 or 6 mage. So.
Yeah. He's also switchy though.
We're gonna set it there. Because I'm actually kind of statting these guys out right now. We're gonna set these guys there, and these guys there. All right. So how much total did you do?
38.
38. Yeah, Storm Rage. It's probably what I do in the is this mage a follower of the DM?
No, that's a cleric of the DM, and that's a made-up class.
Yes. We're 10th level, Storm Rage.
Yeah, we're
so
10th level, and I'm a
it's gonna
Dwarven
be-
fighter. You missed that because you weren't here for the introductions.
Yeah, it's okay. He was playing Civ with friends. I told you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just information.
So you do. I mean, like this. It just goes through his shoulder, and actually, it pins him back to these barrels. I'm gonna
Oh my
bring him
gosh.
back right there. You did a significant amount of damage. Like he's not dead, but you're
He's
not
out of the
sure.
fight for a round or so.
Yeah, no, he is just right through his shoulder, pinned him to this barrel, and he's just swearing up a storm.
I
So
You know what?
Well,
if they want you to not use the ballista, they have to come on the ship.
yeah, pretty much. They're planning to.
Well,
But
then that's when the +2 maul comes out.
all right. So next in the list is actually one of the pirates. We'll go. I need to note which one is which color. That one's going to be orange. That one's going to be
Drop my mouse.
purple. This one will be red, blue.
Yeah, but we got a sorcerer, a rogue, and a fighter, so it should be fun.
Red.
I mean, that's a good comparison, though. I would argue Gimli is more of a barbarian than a fighter.
I might disagree with you. I don't think he goes into a rage, but yeah.
That's how I imagine it. I am definitely capable of being wrong in that sense, but that's how I always imagine Gimli.
Fair enough. So this particular pirate uses this turn to throw a grappling hook over and
Okay.
pull it taut. It's clear that he was setting this up, and so he ends up moving here, which he will handle. I mean, he is facing. Who is that? That's Orin. Crap, I've forgotten. Well, these guys are going to help you. We'll have to deal with them.
Yeah, well,
they're
I'm planning
not-
on handing Orin the crossbow on my next turn and then hitting that guy with a hammer. So
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do with your crew, Misery. They are going to go on their own turn, and I'll just narrate what happens with them. Because I even though I asked you for the crew, I hadn't really prepared for them to be in the fight. Even though I even had them on the boat already.
yeah, it seems like they're
So-
probably not going to be as high level as this too.
Yeah,
Or are
no,
they?
it's just it'd be easier for me to run it this way. So, Harmony, you are up next.
I am going to shoot at the that guy that just
Yep.
boarded because I get advantage.
Okay,
'Cause they're
go ahead and roll. What are you using? Crossbow or
Longbow, if I had to guess.
longbow.
longbow? Elven Ranger. That makes sense.
Yep.
I got 17.
Okay.
Right, no. Yeah.
All right, that does hit. That's your target number for him.
Lots of dice because I get sneak attack.
Oh,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're a level 10 rogue, so that's a ridiculous amount of sneak attack.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
One big hit. One big hit.
Dice weren't liking me as much this time.
It's still gonna hurt. I almost guarantee it.
24.
24. Good. All right, that's the orange one. So you hit him with the arrow, and he as a pirate would.
Makes pirate noises.
Yep, he makes pirate noises. So it's gonna be all right. And then Misery, you are up next, and you are right here, right? Oh, I just moved it. I didn't mean to. You're basically right next there.
She's in the.
Yeah, I just am right outside of the cabin.
So the only pirate right now
blowing
is
holes in my ship.
they didn't fire. It seems like basically, and you've dealt with pirates before, right? Misery and the whole crew. You've dealt with these guys before.
Oh yeah.
This is clear that they are interested in taking the ship, right? That's why they didn't fire at you guys.
That's why they didn't blow holes in my ship.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
That was. I just needed to make a Pirates of the Caribbean reference. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. No, we've got several. Please make as many as you want. Those are not copyrighted.
That's right.
Well, they probably are, but we can get away with it. It's a fair use.
I'm
thing, right?
assuming Disney's not going to sue me for saying stop blowing holes in my ship.
Yep. I said, well, we'll claim fair use. We're academics, right? We can get away with
Yeah.
that. Did he
You know what,
take that
Disney?
arrow to the
Don't at
knee?
me, but if you want to go, I'll go.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave that one up to Harmony. So Harmony, Dude Man wants to know: did the pirate take it to the knee? Take the arrow to the knee.
And now we're in Skyrim.
There are pirates in Skyrim.
It's true. There
I'm
literally are.
tempted to be really evil. Is this a guy?
Yes. The only woman on this
You
ship
took it
happens to be the
You
mage
took
that
it
you
between
pinned.
the legs.
The mage that I pinned to a barrel.
Yes, the mage that you pinned to a barrel, and you shot him between the legs. That explains why he was growling so much. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of felt good.
Yeah. Sorry if that's distasteful for anybody, but hey, this is D&D, and they're fighting pirates. What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want out of this?
Yeah. What do you want out of me? So.
Don't at me.
All right. Ooh, yeah, we're already at 9:17. So let's see how fast we can get through this, because I'd like to end with this combat. We'll probably just take it up to the end of the combat and call it good.
Yeah.
If it goes a little past
I know it goes a little over 9:30. I guess that's okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I don't have to get up in the morning. I'm gonna be hungry though. All right. So Misery, we're waiting on you.
Okay, so how far away are these two guys?
From
They
you specifically?
Are
Yeah.
I think they're about 30 feet.
Okay, I cast confusion on them.
You cast confusion. Oh crap! What do I need to do here? I know there's a roll.
They need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Wisdom probably not their strong suit.
Yeah, these are the Pirates of Wisdom. Okay.
What is the DC?
17.
Okay. Jeez. Sorry about that. That was a sneeze that snuck up on me. So you're doing the red or the blue and the green one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Blue and green both failed.
Okay, so they have to roll a 1d10 each.
Okay. I don't have a blue and a green one here. I have a blue. Oh, I do have a blue and a green. How about that? I have blue and green dice.
Wow, look at that.
All right. What happens with a 5?
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Okay, so I'll note that he is
They
not
are
acting.
confused.
And
Yes.
what happens with an 8?
The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach.
Okay.
If there's no one in reach, it does nothing.
Thank you. Thank you, Dude Man, for the Gesundheit. And Storm Rage says that if they're true pirates, they might even download Pirates of the Caribbean for us illegally.
That's right.
Because I think Jessica and Chelsea, you can't see the chat, right?
I can.
No.
Oh, you can't. So it's just Jessica that I'm narrating that for, because I'm pretty sure everybody watching can see the chat. So
That would be the theory, because I'm technically watching the stream while I'm on it, if that makes sense.
yeah, no.
Same.
I tried that for a while, but I was getting a weird
Oh,
echo
yeah,
loop.
see, I just muted one of them, and then that works
Yeah,
out.
no, that makes sense. So, but I'll keep narrating for Jessica, and hopefully by the next time we do this, we can get you set up so you can at least see the chat. I think you can do that without
Yeah.
having to watch the stream.
Oh, yeah, I don't have an account, and I'm watching, so.
So, well, I don't know, because we're already having internet problems with her, whether or not watching
Yeah,
the stream would
I
cause
can
Trying
handle
problems.
to
it.
be on the stream and watch it at the same time may cause issues.
Yeah. So, anyways,
And Dude Man is my brother, and he's using the same Wi-Fi as me.
oh yeah, no, I mean I know he's your brother, but didn't realize he was using the same Wi-Fi as you. That's helpful. So-
Suck up that bandwidth, dude, man. Suck up that bandwidth.
They should have him just sit in a room with you and narrate what's happening in the chat. So, anyways, we'll take care of that one later. All right. So the green one is not. No, the blue one isn't doing anything, and the green one will attack when it's his turn. Okay. All right. Good. Attack the nearest creature. Yes.
So one of his friends.
All right. The purple guy gets to go, and he similarly does the whole thing, and swings after his. Whoop! No, there. I
Okay.
guess you can't go right there because there's a dwarf in the way.
I'm gonna be right back. Just a second.
Yeah, you're good. So he swings there, and that is his turn. The mage spends this turn to try and
Try the bolt out of her shoulder.
Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna make her do a strength check on that. Let's set her DC at, let's say, 15. I don't think it's the hardest thing to do, but
I mean, it's gonna hurt, but
Yeah.
it's not impossible.
She rolled a nat 20, so yeah, she apparently is
She's a strong mage.
pissed. So she disengages herself and is able to stagger forward, bleeding all over the.
Oh, and I'm sure she likes me a lot.
Oh yeah, no, but she does not get the chance to do anything this round.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
are doing pretty well. All right, so normally I roll for all three of them because there are three of them going at the same time, but only two of them get to do something.
Yeah, because the other three are confused right now, right?
2 out of the 3, so that's these 3 pirates in red. This guy, whoop, that one, that
Ah,
one,
so the British. I see.
that one. That was just the nature of what I found. Rage, Dude Man gave me both Tarzan swing and rage strength. Yes.
The mage is pissed at me because I may or may not have shot her with a ballista.
There's no may not involved there.
May or may not have, allegedly.
But the green one here, who is going to attack the nearest thing, turns to attack his buddy because that's what he's supposed to do. Let's see what his attack bonus is, and I'll use this for all of them. That is not the word I want to use. We're trying not to swear here. That is a bad attack bonus.
That attack roll did not work.
In fact, there's no way he can have that attack bonus unless he's like a CR1. Come on. I'm gonna make you. Okay, that die is like, nope. It will be a 1 no matter what. There we go. That makes more sense as an attack bonus. He still misses, but I need to know what their attack bonus is.
That is an important distinction.
I just would not allow it to be a 1. You guys are 10th level. It can't be that bad.
Plus one, yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
wait. Hang on. Interesting. Realize he's not actually attacking one of you guys, so I actually need to see if that it doesn't hit his comrade,
yeah,
but
he's
he does attack.
attacking his friend because our sorcerer friend made him confused.
Yes. And the red pirate here will swing over there. So that's
I understand what allegedly means, I promise.
And let's deal with the crew then. So I think Bath comes over here and engages this pirate. No, not right on top.
Tackle!
Does she go into a rage? She better go into a rage.
Yeah,
she's
she's a barbarian.
Yeah, if she's a barbarian, then she goes into a rage and starts dealing with that pirate. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I know that you, Tharadin, were switching places. So we'll just make that part of, and he's going to man this. Actually, what he's going to do is deal with this guy.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do. I'm relinquishing the ballista to engage the people on the ship.
All right. Interesting. Sorry, part of the like who's anyways. And I think Whiff is coming over here. And she will actually I'm just gonna narrate and then roll some damage because she's a 10th level monk, which means she's probably gonna kill him anyways.
I assume she can hit a pirate.
Yes, Storm Rage is actually playing. What are you guys? 12th level monk right now in my the game I'm running for them now, which we probably need to see if we can pull out of entirely.
No, I moved too fast for that.
Storm Rage, Jessica, if you haven't been told, is engage the people on the ship. Shouldn't you take them out to dinner first? So she does. This is the orange. She's gonna do 8 points of damage to him, so that's gonna be 40. Your rage girl here is probably going to do level 13. I got you 13 already. Wow. We started at 10 on that campaign, so I suppose that shouldn't be.
Yeah, if it's going on for a sufficiently long amount of time.
Yeah, it has. I think I don't know if we started at the end of summer because I spent most of the summer writing it.
Yeah, so that'd be about right, depending on how fast you level. In my campaign, I've been leveling my players up kind of fast just because it was only supposed to go till the end of the semester, but I think we're probably going to go longer just because we can do online now. So
yeah, I have them set to level. I think it's like every other adventure. Like
oh, by the way, Roy, apparently I didn't say this last session, but you're level 11 now.
Sweet.
Okay,
that applies to you too, Harmony. Actually, so.
And that's what we'll do for the gunslinger. He does that to that guy.
Does he perhaps shoot the pirate?
He does. He does shoot the pirate, and the pirate takes damage, as pirates do. I forgot about the mage. Mage is going to do this. And just for you, Storm Rage, he is going to cast Fireball at the ship because it's something I know you would do.
I don't know, Chelsea. You got a counterspell.
So I don't know if I don't have anything set up to do this, but I guess I'll freehand. Can I pick a color? I can.
Well,
right.
You could like just pick someone on the ship and do a 30-foot R if you really wanted to.
Well, what I'm going to do is this.
Or 20-foot or whatever it was.
This part of the ship is now on fire.
Ah, excellent. And we don't have water.
Yes. Maybe if you give the pirates rum, they'll go away. She is is it a he or she? It's a he. It's yeah. He's not interested so much in dealing with the pirates. He figures you guys are going to handle that, but he wants this ship destroyed. Like he's like, no, you don't attack my ship and get away with it. So that's why he's did the. All right, cool. So we're back to the top of the round. That's been a hell of a round. Thoradin, you are now free to swing your big maul at the squishy orange pirate.
Indeed, I will.
All right, swing away.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
I'm sure he appreciates that. And then it's simply a 23 to hit.
All right, so that's 2 hits. Yep.
We'll see how he fares after this, and then we'll consider an action surge if it's needed.
And the pirates would squish. Yes.
So the spell I cast on the blue and green pirates, they have to roll a wisdom saving throw every turn and a d10 every turn.
Okay, so we'll deal with that when it comes to their turn next. So.
So let me just do some math here.
Yeah.
And then we will roll for the crit. Oh, that's excellent.
Sure, given time, we can use this software for more interesting things. But how fast does the fire spread? I don't know. I'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, to everybody watching, I make this stuff up as we go. I don't usually follow along.
Excellent. That's a total of 64 damage.
64 damage to the... Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell me how you kill him.
So I just kind of eye this guy and I'm like, hey, get off this ship. And then I just swing my hammer really hard and knock him into the maelstrom.
Okay. So nope, no, that's the wrong thing. I forgot I've got to change that. This is, it's not as, so he goes this way and then, nope, not that. And then finally actually is going to go away. So there you go. That's one down. This might take less time than I thought. I was going, oh man, maybe I'm not sure. We're going to want to keep going, but we should be able to get done at that level pretty quick.
Yeah, I did use my Great Weapon Master to add 10 damage to both hits.
Yep, you're going to make me have to up the bad guys too. I think Misery's going to be the only one in the back going, what the hell? Because the assassin's going to be killing things right and left, and the fighter's going to be killing things right and left. What the hell? That's okay. Yeah, they didn't bring you along to fight. They brought you along to be magic. So
that's right.
Anyways.
My job is to squish the pirates with the big hammer. Yours is to keep us alive with your magic.
You have healing magic? Yeah, no. I didn't think so.
No, she doesn't. Well, that's okay. She can fight the mages.
All right. Harmony, you are up.
I'm going to attempt to hide so I can use my advantage, hopefully.
Okay. I mean, at this point, roll stealth.
Yeah, they don't call my hammer Spine Crusher for nothing.
Mind Crusher.
26.
Absolutely no
Not
one knows
26.
where the hell you are.
The pirates are not perceptive enough.
They're not paying attention.
I'm going to shoot at the mage.
Okay, the mage is over here.
I have a
So-
longbow.
Yeah, I'm sure she can shoot the mage.
Yeah, I guess D&D doesn't have line of sight rules because I would say that there are two dwarves between you and the mage. What I am going to say
well,
is,
that would mean in the rules that they have half cover.
yeah. What I would also say is, don't roll a 1.
If you shoot me in the back, I'll be pissed.
So go ahead.
Well, I get advantage because I'm hidden.
Yeah, Stormage, that was on a crit with the Great Weapon Master that adds plus 10 damage.
15 plus 9 to hit.
Yeah, no problem.
And I get sneak attack.
This poor pirate mage.
I don't think this mage is making it through.
First 2 ballista bolts and then just an arrow right in the neck.
Yeah, no. This mage is really considering her life choices at this point.
Reconsidering the life choices.
Yeah, no.
That is 10, 20.
She's dead. How do you
30.
kill her? As soon as you got above 12, you were good. How do you kill her?
Just to the heart.
Well, it was 2 hits. That was the total for both.
All right, so you hit her in the heart and just drop her on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and remove her. Like, nope, not that one. That's right. It's a right click. All right, she is now gone, so you don't have to worry about any more magey things. Okay, Misery, you want to see if you can take someone out, or?
I suppose.
Might as well, right?
Mage a la porcupine. Yeah, something. Mage kebab, really, with the ballista bolt. So,
So this, how's this the red guy looking?
the red guy, I think, is looking looks a little torn up. Bath hit him pretty good with the sword, but he's not where near as bloodied as the mage was looking, or something.
Okay, so
Right, well, the mage did take a beating.
I cast Mind Sliver, and he needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna turn your icon around to you're at least facing him. So, intelligence saving throw, huh? We'll see how much of that he has. Sure he has it in
It's not going to be great.
spades. Droves of intelligence.
Right, but these were only the parts of wisdom. So
Actually, decent amount of oh, hang on a second here. No, I need to do that again. All right. No, it should be that. But so he's got a 17. I think that actually hits your DC.
Yeah, it matches it.
So the tie always goes to the roller. So
Yep.
in this case, that's me. So damn, no mind sliver, huh? What were you planning to do?
Nope.
Psychic blast his mind.
Yeah, I was gonna make him feel real bad about himself.
my last joke jumps off ship.
Something tells me real soon he's probably going to feel really bad about himself. You guys just haven't got there yet.
Can I cast 2 sorcerer points for a bonus action?
I mean, yeah, it's something you can do, right?
Yeah.
It's her meta magic.
I haven't played a sorcerer, so I don't know too much about him. So, but
All depends on what she's doing. Are you quickening a spell?
No, yeah. So
All right, just know that you can't cast 2 level spells in the same turn, even if it is a bonus action.
I
so-
can't cast what?
Even if you quicken it, you can't cast 2 leveled spells at the same time.
meaning you can only cast a spell and then a cantrip.
Yes.
The first one was a cantrip.
Okay.
The Mind Sliver was a cantrip.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I thought so. Just
These
kidding.
pirates went to college. Apparently.
And their degrees don't mean crap.
They got degrees in basket weaving, underwater basket weaving.
Ah, yes, good old underwater basket weaving. I always looked for that class. They never had it.
I don't know. These pirates are doing good.
So this time, then I will just cast. Let's see, vicious mockery. I'm gonna just
good.
make fun of him.
All right, so I because they usually do it to me when I cast vicious mockery. What are you saying? Tell me how you're insulting this guy. How are you mocking him?
How are you a pirate? How is this? Do you see what's happened? You don't have a mage. Your ship is on fire. I'm trying really hard not to swear. How do I do this without swearing?
I don't know. Use
Very
frack.
carefully. Very carefully. Substitute words.
You're the worst pirate I've ever seen in my life.
It's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Do I have a roll on that one, right?
Yeah, wisdom.
Yeah, I believe it's a wisdom save.
All right, that I already have recorded. Hey, you got through on that one. So how much psychic damage did you do with your insults?
1d4. One moment.
All right, yeah, that's your roll, not mine.
Yep.
4. And then he has
That's good for a
disadvantage
D4.
That's good
on
for
the
a
next roll.
Pardon?
Then he has disadvantage on the next roll.
All right. Storm Rage gives you an idea for a insult. Your beauty isn't even thick. I'm assuming that's what THICCCC is supposed to pronounce, right?
Do you even
Yeah, thick with
what?
3 C's. It's important.
Yeah. And no K.
The K is irrelevant.
I have to give Storm Rage lots of hell about his spelling because he would do the same to me. So he's an instructor at Idaho State University, so we have to give each other. He does not teach English though. He's a communications.
That's kind of English.
Yeah, man, I don't think these pirates squat. So.
I don't know. What do you think about that, Storm Rage? Is communications kind of English? I'm curious to see what you have to say about that. I'm sure that'll be an interesting talking point next time we're together. Well, or chatting, because together might be.
Well, it depends, right? What if you're a French communicator?
It's true.
They had me doing a bad French accent last night because we were playing Civ and I was France. Anyways, we need to keep going because we're 10 minutes past and I'm gonna get hungry here and I want to finish this combat because you guys are gonna take these guys out quick. All right, so that pirate has taken his comeuppance, as it were. So as Storm Rage says, it's kind of English. We do use English most of the time.
There you go.
You're an English communicator. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
All right, so the purple dude here, he's technically jumped down. I don't think I can move him down, but he is actually going to fight. Because you're hiding, so he has no idea there's an assassin over here. So he's going to fight Orin. They exchange a few blows, and Orin takes a little damage. We're going to call that good. We're now to this guy. He has disadvantage, you told me?
He
Right.
does.
This guy?
He has been insulted.
But he knows that you're the one that said things, so you actually got him to turn here, because I got to do some damage to one of you.
At least a little bit.
Dude Man suggests, by the way, if we need to swear, we can do it in another language. Actually, he needs to come over here, because that's where you are.
I don't know another language.
Or you don't know how to swear in another language? Just tell people to
I guess I know puta.
puta. You could also say in Greek, you can tell somebody to bal et korakas.
Bal et kurata.
Bal et korakas.
Bal et kurakas.
It means go to the crows. It basically is the equivalent of telling somebody to F off. So,
I like it.
Bloody hell.
Yes. Bloody hell works too. I like that one quite a bit. All right. So the red guy is going to attack you. This is the first time I think any of them have attacked. So I need to. No, they do have an attack bonus.
Confused, pinned to a barrel, use their actions to get over here, only to be crushed.
I'm assuming a 9 does not hit your AC.
It does not.
Yep. So he misses
almost-
on that attack. He's going to get a second attack because that's normal for them. And I'm pretty sure. Does a 15 hit?
It does.
Ah, okay. Hey, now we've got somewhere. Let me find.
Yeah, she's just a sorcerer. She don't got no armor.
So he does a total of 7 damage as he hits you with his cutlass. Yarr! He says.
Oh, that hurts so bad. Oh.
Oh, good. Just keep milking it. Really piss him off. All right. Blue and green need to roll their wisdom saving throws. I think they both got it this time. One rolled a nat 20, the other rolled a 17.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
17 is your
They're fine.
but that expends their action this turn, right?
Yeah.
because it's usually at the end.
Okay. So we're left with the rest of the crew. So Bath actually flanks the guy, the red pirate, and nope. And does I'm just going to say about that much damage. Does 12 points of damage. Whiff, being an air genasi, actually uses the line and tightrope walks all the way over here, and will beat up on the blue guy. He is also going to just take 12. I'm just going to use that as a default for them. For how much damage they do, I'm going to need a different pencil. Not before we're finished, though. I've got enough lead to make it through that. Oren has already basically dealt with the purple guy a bit. He's going to do some damage there, so we'll record that one. And who am I missing? Someone? Oh, the mage who did fireball over here. He's going to cast. Let's go with some basic magic missile action. So we'll do that to the green mage. The fire is also spread a bit. Nope. Let's get orange again. We'll say it's about there. Not a fast spreading fire, but these guys really need to try to take your ship because otherwise they're going down. Literally.
Well, did they bring more guys because they're running out?
No, because they're pirates. They don't think that far ahead. Merde is a French swear word you can use if you don't know that.
Merde.
Merde. Yes.
Merde.
Nice.
No, you actually do pronounce the D in that one. It's not one of those French words where everything's sort of garbled.
There's just a bunch of consonants for no reason.
I thought like every R in French was pronounced with the.
Oh, it's rolled, so merde, not
Merde.
merde. To be exaggerating. I'm sure this is riveting. Well, we know who's watching at this point. Hopefully the people that have not been commenting are enjoying the crazy tit for tat. So, if we weren't crazy, this wouldn't be fun, right? This is
Right.
this is why we all do this, is when we get into these weird things. We need to come back to the top. Tharadin. Tharadin, yes. I got it right. I didn't call you Theoden, king.
Theoden, king of the
King of the pirate ship. But I am the pirate king.
I've become the pirate king. So there's like a line over here, kinda, right?
Yes.
So could I just use my movement to go and beat up this green guy?
Yeah, no, I'll decide that you're decent enough at going across. It's not 30 feet really, so yeah, if you want to move yourself over and come behind the green guy.
Yeah. Do you need an athletics check for the line, or are you just gonna call
That's
it?
actually a good idea because I'm not sure how well you are at tightrope walking.
Well, I
It would be
mean,
acrobatics.
could be both.
I'll let you pick whether it's athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. How do you feel about a 27?
I feel like you don't have many problems getting over to the ship at all.
Nice. All right. Well, I didn't fall into the maelstrom, so that's a win. I guess I'll just hit the screen guy.
Okie dokie. Go right ahead.
Champion crit, so a 19 on the die. Ooh, that's rough. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Barely.
That is the number you needed on them.
Great, because it's a good thing I have a plus 11 to hit because I rolled a 5.
D&D, fun and educational. I completely agree. I have got quite an education playing D&D. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Okay, so it's 2 hits. So first we'll do the crit.
See if you can kill this guy.
Okay, so it's going to be... Okay, so that's 35 on the first hit. And the second hit is going to be... Okay, so it's...
No, the Leviathans are not really attracted by sound. They're just more attracted by
28
something
on the second
entertaining.
hit. So total of 63.
So you only critted on one of those. Wow.
Yep.
So you've got a plus 10 from one of your feats.
Yeah, so I took the great weapon fighting style, which means I can reroll 1s and 2s on damage die.
Okay.
And then also, if I take the, plus 10 damage minus a little bit to hit, kind of thing, I get a plus 10 damage to my, just a flat plus 10 for each hit
right.
from the Great Weapon
so
Master.
I'm
And
gonna-
since I crit, I actually do get another bonus action attack. So if he's still alive, I'd like to hit him again.
how much did you do?
63.
How do you kill him?
I just, literally just, whack-a-mole him into the ship.
You whack-a-mole him into the ship. All right.
The hammer.
He is now gone from the map.
And then can I don't know, just move in and hit the blue guy?
I'm gonna say with the fact you had to do an athletics check on that one, no.
All right, that's fair.
You're doing enough damage. Let somebody
Yeah,
else
I
take
guess
a whack.
I'll give up the bonus weapon melee attack for now.
Yeah. Harmony, you're up next.
I am going to shoot at the purple guy.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Am I still
please.
hidden?
Yeah, because I think the only person you shot was the mage who's now dead. So
Who's now dead on the deck.
15 plus 9 to hit.
I don't know why I'm looking. Yes, that's fine. I know what the top AC is for him.
Which is 16. So we
Mm,
Not for the purple guy. The purple guy's a slightly beefier dude.
all right.
mm, 29.
To hit or to damage?
No, to damage.
That's the purple guy. He does not look thrilled with you, but you have not killed him.
He lives to fight another day.
Yep. And he is aware of you because you just shot him with an arrow. So you're no
there's
longer
the
hidden from
assassin.
him.
He says he's bleeding from arrow wounds.
So I'm not sure that means he's going to do anything, but he is aware of you.
And-
mm,
I haven't moved yet.
okay, where are you moving?
I'm going to move down here and take my bonus action hide.
All right. I mean, this wasn't designed to be a complex encounter, anyways. I'm going to really have to beef things up, though. I think the normal CR isn't going to work for you guys.
Well, with the rogue
16
and
plus 13.
Yep. Yeah, nobody's looking for you down there, anyways. All right, where are we? That was Harmony Misery. What are you doing?
This red guy in front of me, I whack him in the nose with my staff.
Not with was it Lulu the snake? Just the staff?
I feel like I don't know what I'd do with Lulu if I let her out right now. The action's almost over.
Fair enough. I mean, you just whack him. I don't care.
whack him upside the head with a stick.
Whack a stick.
Yeah. Maybe I can get Lulu to pop out and bite him. Can I do that?
Think, if I remember right, that you have to throw it on the ground and the stick then becomes a snake. So, and I think that's
Will
probably
that
takes
take
an action.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
whack him.
Yeah,
Probably
just
an
whack
action.
him, yeah. With Bath there behind you. Or behind him.
8?
Yeah.
Total?
Yeah.
She added her bonus. Rolled a 4.
You miss. Sorry.
Yeah, so Misery is not a martial character.
Nope. That's,
Hitting
that's,
things is not her strong suit.
That's magic-y.
I just wanted to whack him.
He's a pirate though. He just is he just dodges out of the way deftly. And as the fact that you've been insulting him, he's like, "Oh, really? Who's the bad fighter now, huh? Come on, you little horny girl, you. Come on, tiefling." I'm sure Storm Rage is going to have a comment about that one here soon.
Well, can I turn turning the staff into a snake takes 1 action, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just
So
use
do
your
your-
action to try and hit him.
So
Okay.
yeah. Magic use magic. That's how you usually get by. Or and I'm sure Storm Rage is going to have a fun one. Get a crossbow.
Oh, get a crossbow.
I mentioned Aestus, the Hodokan crazy little goblin in our last Shatterlands game. Insisted that the crossbow was the greatest weapon ever. He's a mage, right? He can't do much damage with a crossbow. Storm Rage's character Zip Quaid disagreed with him on that one, and that was a long-standing argument that still goes on across our gaming table today. So as a sorcerer, though, you should get a crossbow just to keep up tradition, I suppose.
Just to have, really. When are you ever going to use a crossbow, though?
Yes. Did you get Storm Rage's comment about my horny girl comment?
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "You horny girl, you" is 100% only something a villain says. Yes. A villain who is tired and hungry.
I do
And
believe this is a
exacerbated.
villain, if we're, technically speaking.
Technically speaking. Oh, wait. You did away with that one. I better note that. Crossbows are bad, is what Storm Rage.
You know what? If you are a character who could use a crossbow well, they're not that bad.
I'm sure he's going to have an argument for you, knowing Storm Rage as well as I do. I'm sure this will be our blow up Twitter storm thing, right?
That's right. I
Yeah.
maintain that if you know how to use a crossbow, it can be good.
We'll see what he has to say. I'm sure he'll have an argument here. But while we're waiting on his argument, the purple dude, he was going to come after the thing that shot him, but now there's nothing there, because stuff. So he will continue to hit Orin because Orin's there. So Orin takes some damage, and the purple dude takes some damage, and there we go. That's easy to deal with. The red guy is going to attack you. Misery.
Does
Yes.
he
Expected.
Pardon?
does he use a wooden stick?
No, he uses a cutlass.
Oh, okay.
I panicked.
Um,
I panicked.
You what's your AC? 15?
14.
14. Okay, so one hits, one misses. You'll take 6 points of damage. That is blue is going to because again I want to try to do some damage to the PCs. Rush you, so he's going to charge in right up under that shield there.
I don't even have a shield. I'm using a 200 weapon.
And what's your AC?
19.
And he misses both times.
Cool.
Barely on one of them, but
Wow. Mithril plate, friends. Fear the power of the dwarves.
not usually. Nope, I don't want that one. I want that one. You're not letting me. Nope, all right, I'm going to move you there. Move him back. Nope, back. Yeah, I know. I see there's a grid that it's not really following. There we go. All right, close enough. And the crew. Orin does some damage, which I've already recorded. Bath does some damage to the red one, which I will now record. And Eo does some damage to the blue one, which I will record. All right, so that's them. Oh, and the fire. We got to deal with the fire.
Oh, yeah, I'm on an on fire ship. Interesting.
Yep. Oh, no, wrong color. Fire's not blue.
It turned blue. What?
Why are you not going to orange? Go to orange.
Man,
Orange.
I
Because
hired
your color is blue.
Orin specifically to deal with this kind of stuff. What is he doing?
Ooh.
Chelsea, your demonic heritage is back.
Yes.
What?
Your demonic heritage. You're the short in your cord. We just had
Oh,
a bad pop or static. I think it's when you were brushing your hair, so it might be up by the mic.
oh,
So we can experiment after we finish the stream, maybe.
yeah.
Figure it out.
Torture the rest of them. Ooh, Dude Man doesn't want to get on your bad side by
Yeah, I
commenting.
saw that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I won't punish you for your opinions.
All right, the crew has done some stuff, and by the way, Orin is doing his best.
Yeah, he's working on it, man. He's fighting the bandit boss, though.
Exactly. Oh, I forgot about Whiff over. No, not. I don't want that. You go away. Keep doing that. I forgot about Whiff over here, who runs over here and does some damage to the blue one as well.
Hey, you were fighting me, blue guy.
He is fighting you, but Whiff is going to help you by
It's fine.
punchy. All right, we're back to. I'm certain the blue guy is not going to survive whatever crazy, ridiculous thing you're about to do, Theroden. So do it.
It's not that ridiculous. I'm just hitting him with a hammer.
How many times?
Twice.
Twice.
I probably won't take
Usually
more than
doing
that.
enough damage to kill a CR5 on average character.
Yeah, so +6 to hit, so modified 20. And a modified 18.
Both hit.
Yeah, taking the -5 sucks, but I do +10 damage. Okay, so that's 27
Note
on the
to self,
first hit.
Beef up the bandits.
Second hit. 56 damage.
That's the blue one. How do you kill that one?
Uh, I'll just like hit him up in the air with the hammer, and then with the second hit, knock him off the ship.
All right, he's gone. So you guys are left on a burning ship.
Yep. I have movement. Can I go across the wire?
Do your athletics roll.
Okay, let's.
We got a safe
Oh,
whiff.
that didn't go well.
Safe whiff.
That was a. I trust that she can run across a wire better than I can.
She is a monk at, you know.
That's true.
24.
Yeah, you make it across the rope without too much to do. We're down to two of
Just
them?
2 bandits.
Two of them left, yeah. All right.
Pirates, I guess.
Harmony, you're up next. You've got the red one and the purple one.
Which one looks more hurt?
That's a good question. The purple one.
I'll sneak back up here and shoot him.
Except I think the DM wants to eat dinner.
That is 28 to hit.
Okay.
And oh, I did not roll well.
That's unfortunate.
That may not matter. He doesn't have a lot left.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I like the fact of the two things I took with the fighting style and the feet work really well together. That's why I'm doing so much damage.
Yeah, I'd almost argue it's a tad broken.
A little bit, but it's totally within the rules. I told you, lawful shenanigans.
20 damage.
How do you kill him?
My arrow hits his shoulder and knocks him off the back of the ship.
All right, hang on just a second. My pencil has finally decided to die on me.
Oh no.
It needs new lead, so I'll just grab a pen because I don't need to erase anything. So you knock him off the back of the ship, and he no, and
He
is
lives
dead.
in the maelstrom now.
Okie dokie, Misery. There's the one in front of you left. That's it.
Okay, quick question.
If
If this guy were to disappear and reappear 1 minute later, would our ship be in a different spot and he would reappear in the maelstrom?
Are you gonna banish this bandit?
the answer for you is if you move the ship.
The ship's not moving right now?
No, basically you kind of came to a standstill to deal with the pirates because they came up aside. So
Yeah, it's hard to shoot an enemy with a ballista while we're moving and they're moving.
but it's rather
Yeah.
easy to get the ship going. So the
Can I
answer
get
is
it going within a minute?
yep.
Okay, I would like to banish him and then move the ship.
If I remember right, he gets a saving throw on banishment.
Yeah, but it's a charisma
Charisma.
saving throw.
I haven't actually determined his charisma.
And no one is good at charisma saving throws, really.
Nope, he's
For
real bad
me.
at charisma saving throws because that's a 4 total.
Yeah, he is living in a harmless demi-plane for a bit.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother to deal with it. So he just bamps out of there.
And we go.
And you guys go. And I think at that point, this is probably 10 o'clock, so we're half an hour over.
Yeah.
That's a good place for us to call it. It'll give me a week to figure out how to beef up the bandits so that you guys might actually, I don't know, have a challenge. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a
Ended-
little bit of a broken combo, but it is totally within the rules.
I'm not arguing that. It just means that I have to beef things up to deal with you.
That's right.
Ended after pirate. battle.
Encounter.
So, thanks guys that joined us. There's still someone on the pirate ship. Oh, Whiff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here we
sure.
go. Whiff makes her way over without much to problem.
Oh,
Thank you,
yeah.
dude, guys.
Thank
So we
God.
don't leave Whiff on the burning
On
pirate
the burning ship. Yeah, that'd be
right,
bad.
which is here we go and do that.
I'll pull out a hand
on
axe and
fire.
remove the grappling hooks.
Yes. Yeah, no, you guys are able to do that. Basically, you don't get too far away though when he like bamps back. You know, he's like comes
Still
in
in the
like right
maelstrom,
about
though.
here, you know, and then he kind of is like there's a half we'll give him a cartoon moment, a half cartoon moment where he's like, "What?" before the bottom half drops out and he's just
He can be Wile E. Coyote.
yeah, pretty
Holds
much
up
it's that
with his
effect.
ouch.
So thanks guys for joining us. I don't know if anybody watching doesn't know who we are at this point. But I guess we'll all sign off. So I have been your dungeon master, Dr. Jake Claflin. We'll do it in alphabetical order, guys.
Okay, so Chelsea.
I've been Chelsea. I've been playing Misery, the sorcerer tiefling.
I'm Damien. I've been playing the dwarven fighter, who's frankly a little bit too fightery. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm Jessica Kennedy. I've been playing the Wood Elf Rogue Harmony.
Fantastic. So we'll be getting together again next Wednesday, possibly 6:30, maybe 7. I don't know if we've decided yet. I think 6:30 is
6:30 is good time for me.
is it good for you two?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So then let's say we'll try to do 6:30 to 10 to not 10:30, 9:30 again next week.
Same
And
time, same
hopefully
place.
I'll have some beefier bandits. So I'm gonna take us back to the title screen and then call it good. So good night.
Sounds good.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, we're now off. I'm gonna stop the recording.